Cold weather is on the way. Be ready with a stop in at Today's Pro in Shelby. From gas logs to fireplaces to inserts and more. With name brands like Menneson and Empire. A big inventory to choose from. Add Today's Pro in Shelby to service calls too. Just call 704-600-8393. Again, 704-600-8393. For Today's Pro, 1325 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at thetodayspro.com. Is your car or truck ready for the cold winter weather? Make sure by taking it to Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service, and Body Shop on the Oak Grove Road. Have those belts and hoses checked. Check that antifreeze. And how about those windshield wipers? More importantly, what about your tires? And if you slip and slide and have a fender bender, remember their Body Shop too. That's Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service, and Body Shop, 522 Oak Grove Road, Kings Mountain. Online at oakgroveauto.com.
Here come the Blue Devils.
Give it to Roach, flying in, off the window, counted it a foul. Ball fake, oh, blocked by Filipowski. Get that out of there.
Bleed Blue.
Gets a screen for Flip, turns it down, kick to the left, Mitchell a three. Big time! The dynasty continues.
We have you covered all season long for the excitement of Blue Devil basketball. Here on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.
Now is the time to get your certificate of deposit with Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville. And right now, you'll find certificate of deposit rates up to 5.25% APY. APY is the annual percentage yield. Minimums apply. NCUA insured. For more information, go to carolinafcu.org. Again, carolinafcu.org. Carolina Federal Credit Union, located at 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville. Call 704-435-0186. Before you head to your favorite fishing hole, head to the Great Outdoors in Cherryville. See the new Crush City Lures by Rapella. Also a full stock of A-Rigs and Kitech lures, plus the new Rapella Maverick 110 bait lures. The Great Outdoors has the new Shimano jerkbait with all the flash boost technology. Also the new Shad Rad Elite by Rapella in both the 55 and 75 series. And the new Berkeley Dime crankbait in all sizes. That's the Great Outdoors, Highway 150 East in Cherryville, right behind McDonald's. For a limited time, you can buy a brand new camper at Campers Inn in Kings Mountain for up to 50% off. Come in for all the details, plus up to $7,500 in incentives. Your payments as low as $150 a month for a brand new camper. Now, wouldn't that be a great gift for the entire family? Check it out today. 50% savings, $7,500 in incentives, payments as low as $150 a month. Campers Inn, Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Online at campersinn.com.
Welcome to another Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin, Zach, Tom, and Terry. I have just one thing to say. And on the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 for sleeping. Because technically speaking, this is the last of the 12 days of Christmas. But apart from that, y'all can talk about some sports. I'll talk about meaningless facts that no one else cares about. So,
JP,
yes.
do you have anything else you want to sing for us?
I mean, I can go
You were
through
doing okay there for a second.
I mean, I can go through the other 11 days if you really want to hear my voice.
that's not
but I mean,
yours.
it's not exactly.
Tom, you see this big microphone you've been using? Terry, is he okay over there?
It's normal, is it
He
not?
took his glasses off.
He took those.
I have a little tired today. I'm sorry. It's raining today. Give me a break.
He took his flip shades off.
That was a blonde moment for sure. I'll just tell you. That's my blonde moment for today.
That's one of them. Where's my phone when it's in your hand?
Yeah,
That happens about
Where's my phone? I was looking all over.
I was looking for my phone the other night, and I was actually playing a video and listening to the video, and I can't find my phone, and it's right there beside me. So I have these senior moments.
Yeah, and it comes 4 or 5
We all
times
have
every
those senior moments.
Yeah, JP, you're about 30 years old. You're not supposed to have them yet.
31 actually.
Oh, 31. I'm off by 1 year. I have vague memories of being 31. You remember being 31, Terry? Hard to remember, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, hey, I walk into a room, it's
I
like, why did I
remember
walk
stuff
in
that
here?
happened 30 years ago, though. Like it was yesterday.
Yeah, some of the stuff. Yeah.
Andy and Barney walking around Mayberry.
That was more than 30 years ago. All right, well,
That was 30 years ago when I was a kid.
I know it's 80s now. Good gracious.
good morning, everybody. We're enjoying our McDonald's breakfast
going.
here from McDonald's in Cherville. And check out your local McDonald's. Mr. Kuthan and the gang providing us breakfast every Saturday. JP, what you got this morning?
I've got a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin and a strawberry cream pie.
Tom?
I had a bacon, egg, and cheese McMuffin and a strawberry pie.
I had a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle with 2 hash browns.
Yeah, I switched up today and got a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit and a hash brown.
And I got a sausage biscuit and a strawberry banana smoothie to wake me up. So wonderful Saturday morning for everybody. A little for our breakfast and sports talk time. We've got a big Saturday talk about. We've got college football playoffs from last week and championship this week. NBA action. There we go.
There it is. There it is.
So anyway, JP's elbow must have hit the button in there.
Probably.
He nodded and gave a thumbs up. So yeah, he did. Back away from the buttons, JP.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button. I thought I turned me off when I turned y'all off by accident.
he was about to start singing again. He had enough of us already.
Where'd you get that hat, Kevin? I like that one.
Yeah.
Give it away.
Well, Terry, it's funny you say that.
Not this year.
Yeah, there was.
I can't go get brown stuff anymore. All the brown stuff is like ridiculously priced now. I can't.
How much would you guess I paid for this hat? I was paid for it, Terry. It wasn't free.
$1 or less.
It wasn't that cheap. I'm not you.
Oh.
Yeah.
$8.50.
Vintage store.
$8.50. No, it's brand new, off the rack.
Oh, is it?
It was in the sales section. They only had one left.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They had a whole rack of, of designs or whatever.
Is that at Lids somewhere?
A place like that. I don't think that was the name of it. It's over in the mall. But yeah, they
have anything for us?
Who's us?
Like me and Zach. Do you see any Carolina Panthers, Cowboys, or stuff
They had plenty of Panthers and Cowboys stuff. I tell you what I did see that I almost bought, Terry, was the Emmitt Smith T-shirt. It was pretty sweet. It had 22 on the front and had his
$40-some.
It was him shouting. Yeah, that's why it didn't get bought for a T-shirt.
Yeah.
So yeah, I looked at it and I can design that and have my wife make that if I really, really, really want it. So, but yeah, it was a pretty cool Emmitt Smith shirt. Now, if I was a Chicago Bulls fan, I would have been bought it. They got a jacket, like a leisure jacket. It's got the Bulls logo just all over it. Like I would have been bought that thing. That thing is just so cool. If it was in the '90s, I'd been Mom. I would have asked for Christmas for that thing. But I have no reason to wear it now. Zach might wear it. I don't know.
Jamal and Gastoni. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of sports stores there that I go to.
Yeah.
One of them has like all the random out of market teams. I've been in there.
Yeah, like Cleveland.
It is an out of market team.
Yeah, it is.
But they're going to be about the same seed as Dallas if Dallas isn't careful. Dallas may lose. Who's Dallas got this week?
Washington.
Oh, they might get beat.
Well, we might. We got beat last year. I mean, but Dak is 10-2 against Washington.
How does Philly play at home, get a 99-yard pick six, and still lose to the Cardinals?
I think it's funny.
I mean,
it's funny.
If you'd have told me,
Robbie Roop, where's he at? I hope he's listening.
Yeah,
Robbie Roop.
I mean, think about it. You're the Eagles. You're playing at home against the Cardinals. You get a 99-yard pick six. Okay, this is what? It's a 40-12 game, and they lose to the. What is going on with them?
They're struggling right now.
Terry, if you work harder, you have a bigger wallet.
This blocked my whole face off. Look.
Well, whose is that? Tom?
Tom.
Yes. He could. It's my new watch.
All you need now is a debit card in your ID.
You didn't see it at the Christmas party that we had. He couldn't even sit down with it in his back pocket. He had to put it on the table.
Y'all don't know what Calvin's paying me.
Anna.
I can imagine what's in there.
Somebody get Anna. I'm gonna tell Anna to buy you a Merce.
I don't believe.
Somebody get Tom a Merce.
Oh my Lord!
For his.
I'm sorry you're poor, Terry.
He needs one of those satchels the NBA players carry around everywhere.
We should bring back the fanny pack.
All right. Before we get started today, I got a couple of videos for us for a little fun. This first one, JP, this is for you. Okay, this is so I got a little something for JP this morning. This is NBA players from the Golden State Warriors trying to do Star Wars sounds. Okay, you got to hit your button when you talk, JP.
Yeah, hit your button, JP.
Okay.
All right.
So these are Golden State Warriors doing Star Wars sounds, and we might get Terry to jump in on this too. How about that, Terry? You want to help make some sounds?
Yeah.
All right, JP, I'm gonna have to mute you for a second until the video's over. Okay. All right, he gave me a thumbs up. Let's go. Steph can't quit laughing. He got pretty close.
Pretty good, though. That's good.
That was spot on. Ain't nobody beating that one.
Yeah, you got me there. I feel like I sound like a cat.
That was a weak saber, I know. I can't even do Chewbacca.
Had to redeem myself this time. I think that was a little better.
That sounds like what Terry might sound like doing it. But JP, you got any Wookiee sounds in there?
He's worked on that.
He has worked on.
Good job, JP.
All right. Before we go to break, we got the video of the week, maybe the year here. This is we are a sports show. Fishing is a sport.
Oh Lordy.
This is the catch of the year. What are y'all Lordy and Terry?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Have you seen this one, Terry?
Yeah.
This may be the play of the year here as we go to break here. For the folks on the radio, it's a little fishing pond, like you'd have a little local fishing pond whenever you pay like a carp pond. And there's a little bathhouse right behind the fisherman. He's sitting here with his dog fishing, and he's headed to the bathroom. Well, Tom, as he heads out to the outhouse.
Why do people put shirts on their dogs?
That might be a
life vest. Okay,
might be. I don't know if it is or not. It looks kind of puffy. It might not be. But anyway, while he's in the in the toilet, his real Terry hooks a fish, and the dog don't know what to do. He sees it, so he goes over to the bathroom and
You got fish.
he's tatting on the door, and he's got a fish on the hook. Up there goes the reel, starting to go into the water, and old Lassie comes over here and saves Timmy's day. Tommy, not only did he save it, not only did he save the reel and rod, Tom, he's gonna land the fish.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
So my man over here.
What's that guy doing? Taking a dump? I mean,
I said, right. He's in there. He comes out, and the dog's sitting there with the fish. Yeah, that's the only fish he caught.
Like, I helped you out, buddy.
I tell you what.
How about the look of having that on video?
German Shepherds are so smart, man. They are such smart dogs. They're just too big. I just don't want one that big anymore, but they're such great dogs.
All right, folks, we come back. We got NBA, Major League Baseball, NCAA, football, NFL, and more. KTCBroadcasting.com.
For a limited time, you can buy a brand new camper at Campers Inn in Kings Mountain for up to 50% off. Come in for all the details, plus up to $7,500 in incentives. Your payments as low as $150 a month for a brand new camper. Now, wouldn't that be a great gift for the entire family? Check it out today. 50% savings, $7,500 in incentives, payments as low as $150 a month. Campers Inn, Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Online at campersinn.com.
The Lincoln Country Club has been challenging golfers since 1946 with tree-lined fairways, ponds, creeks, and sand bunkers. Select from 4 sets of tees to play from. Give them a call at 704-735-1382. Again, 704-735-1382. The Lincoln Country Club, 2052 Country Club Road in Lincoln. Visit their website at golflcc.com.
You can book your tee times online at the Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden. Just go online at glenoaksgolf.com. Pick out your tee time and book it. Check out their pro shop, snack bar, driving range, and banquet hall. And memberships are available. For more information, call 828-428-2451. Or again, go online at glenoaksgolf.com and like them on Facebook too. Trusted, tried, and true. Those 3 words represent the highest standards for the Kawasaki Mule side-by-side. Trusted means being built strong and built to last. Tried means being put to the test by hard-working people doing the toughest jobs. True means staying authentic to the roots that run 30 years deep. Kawasaki Mule, the definition of trusted, tried, and true. See the Kawasaki Mule today at Full Throttle Power Sports, 101 Indian Walk in Lowell. Check out the end-of-the-year deals at Renato Honda and Renato Kia at Renato Auto Mall in Shelby. Come on in and check them out. They've got everything you need for your automotive needs. Right now at Renato Honda, get 1.49% on certified pre-owned Hondas with qualifying credit. And at Renato Kia, certified pre-owned vehicles with payments starting at $299 with $500 down with qualifying credit. Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at RenatoHonda.com and RenatoKia.com. Start your new year off right with a new car from Nissan of Shelby. Come see the #1 compact SUV, the 2023 Nissan Rogue. It conquers the competition. And remember, Nissan of Shelby will give you top dollar for your trade. You can even shop at home at NissanofShelby.com. And Nissan of Shelby is hiring sales associates, service techs, office administration. Join the team for competitive pay, excellent benefits, and sales bonuses at Nissan of Shelby, 631 South Post Road, right off Highway 74 Bypass East in Shelby.
And we're back on Saturday More Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. They're talking about some more sports.
Terry, just look how brown that paper is. You're 24. You were about JP's age when that paper came out.
Second thing it printed in America after the Declaration of Independence.
Think about everything that's happened since that paper was printed.
I know.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
Just wild. All right, welcome back to the show, everybody, here at KDC Broadcast. I'm going to start here. We got a little NBA action. We'll cover them real quick before we really dig into the college football and the other stuff. But Terry, I got a little story here. Story time with the Celtics. How about that? You ready for this?
Oh, I'm listening.
Oh, Lord. That's what I was waiting for Terry to say. No, this is Gordon Hayward. Did you see him this week?
Hurt again.
No.
He's hurt again.
Well, that's not what I was talking about. But anyway, this is him talking about the Celtics with Kyrie, him, Al Horford, Jalen, and Jason Tatum. Give me 1 second. I'll flip over. Zach.
We all had too many agendas, and the agenda to win the whole thing was not the main one. Not to blame anyone either, because I think it was all human nature. I mean, I'm coming back from where the last season that I played, I was an all-star, so I'm trying to prove that I'm still an all-star. Kyrie was hurt the year before, too, didn't miss the playoffs. So he's trying to prove like this is still his team. And then you've got JT and Jalen and Terry, who are coming off where they're all starting, make it to the Eastern Conference Finals the year before. They're all trying to prove like we've arrived.
Y'all were loaded.
We had probably 8 players that had career highs of like over 40, who were all like arguably in their prime. The other problem is there was too many of us in the exact same position. We all needed the ball. We all rocked with the ball.
Were y'all having those hard conversations of like, hey, we get it. It's one basketball. Like, we got to figure out.
We had like 8 of them.
Okay.
At least.
It got worse every time.
I mean, it was like one of those things where it's like we've had 5 players only meetings and, you know, things were said that were the right things. But I think it, like I said, it's just in one ear, right out the other. Like, okay, that sounds nice. And we do need people to sacrifice, but that person shouldn't be me. Even so, we still made it to the second round, and that was with all the difficulties that we had.
Terry, Celtics, no Kyrie, no Gordon Hayward. Is Tatum and them still a problem with that type of thought, or what?
No. The Tatum and Brown were so young when all that was going on, and you know they're the newcomers. They understood that. But it was all the other people like Hayward and Irvin. Well, you knew Irvin when he come, he was like, I'm number one.
Irvin. Didn't Hayward? Ain't that?
That's what I said.
And then I think that Hayward got hurt in the first game of the season or something, didn't he?
Yeah.
Broke his foot real bad.
You know, but as far as Boston, I mean, I think they got a good group right now. And can they win it? Yeah. I mean, you know, everybody's predicting them to be there. But you got to prove it. I mean, you know, things can happen. Somebody can get hurt. You can take people out.
I was going to say, injuries, is it me or does it just seem like there's more injuries now than there used to be?
Well, I'm going to tell you something about the NBA, and I don't know whether y'all saw that the other night. I know you did, where they showed where 5 teams scored 140 or more. 10 teams.
Cleveland was one of them. Yeah.
10 teams scored 130 or more. What are we doing, guys?
That's what
There's no defense at all. You just go out there and play and shoot and run.
You can't play defense. I mean, if you.
So they're making. So this is the thoughts on the regular season and why they do that, Terry, is that the NBA is actually making more money on highlights than they are on the actual games.
Well,
so, like, you got TikTok and Twitter, and then they put their ads on there. Kids are watching a dunk or a couple 3-pointers for 60 seconds, and there's an ad on there. They're making more money off that than they are actual the game. So the NBA doesn't care if they have a competitive, real basketball product to the playoffs.
Well, I want to say something else, and I'm going to argue right now because the other day I saw highlights, and don't get me wrong, Giannis is good. So is Wembanyama. But when he was out there, when they come on with the top 10, Wembanyama made 4 cuts of the top 10. Giannis never made a 1. I'm like, Giannis scored 44 points. Wembanyama scored 27, but he got 4 cuts out of your top 10. And Giannis never got a 1. And I'm like, he lost. The guy lost. You know, I mean, I'm great that you do it, but don't forget the guy that scored 44 points in the game. You know, and he had dunks of his own. You know, and then you don't show that?
Kind of like a LaMelo Ball could lose by 20, but they're going to
show they're going to show you LaMelo Ball. Come on, do it right.
Highlights tonight on ESPN. LaMelo, watch this cool pass.
Yeah, you
that'd be the first highlight on ESPN.
Hornets 3 and 35.
Hornets fall 121 to 73.
Well, that's what got me. I'm sitting here like the Spurs have won 5 games, and we're showing this guy. I mean, come on, they won 5 games all year.
I think they're pulling with David Robinson and Tim Duncan. I think they're taking on purpose, even though they got him. And they're going to try to get another number 1 or number 2 pick.
Well, I'm going to be honest. There's not another Tim Duncan in the hole, so quit doing it. That's the guy that saved San Antonio, period.
See, but even in the NBA, if you tank,
you got that lottery.
You're not guaranteed.
I mean, I know David Robinson was good, and Parker, and all of them were good, but
they went to the finals without him.
Well,
David Robinson won every single award that the NBA has ever given out. He led the league in scoring. Tim Duncan never led the league in scoring.
He don't have to.
But no, wait a minute. You're poo-pooing David Robinson.
I'm not pooing David Robinson.
To raise up Tim Duncan, who couldn't win without
David
Ginobili.
Robinson was good.
He couldn't win without Dave Robinson or the greatest small forward of international
was
history.
The most secure player they had. He was there every night. He played his...
He was okay.
He played his way, 18, 12. every game.
Dependable.
He's okay.
Yeah.
Dependable.
Yeah. And he played defense. He did everything.
If him and David Robinson played one-on-one, Robinson's winning every time.
I don't know about every time. But
You got to have the secure guy. That's when I go back to North Carolina
7 out
State
of
and I
10.
said Nate McMillan to me
It's
was the
gonna
best
be a
player.
lot.
You
Yeah.
got to have a guy that does it all.
Well,
No,
win beyond. I'm with Kevin. He looks
he's
like
an
off
alien.
Space Jam.
He's an alien.
I mean,
He dribbled one time from half court the other night and finger rolled.
I mean, yeah.
Or dunked
Well,
it. He might have
I like
dunked
the
it.
one when he daggum threw it off the backboard.
I don't know if
I mean,
y'all
that was
seen it or
cool.
not,
I
but
understand putting that on there.
I don't know, Kevin. I don't know how fast I don't know if you can pull it up or not, Kevin. But
I
they
mean,
got a
come
picture.
on.
They got a picture of Derrick Rose at 6'3", standing in front of him, and he's look. I mean, he looks like he's 5 foot tall.
Win
He's an
Bayana
alien.
makes Giannis look little.
Yeah.
I mean, he did.
And Giannis, and we've said this before. He's like David Robinson. 20 years later,
Well,
30
I'm
years
not,
later.
I'm not mad.
Giannis.
I'm just
Yes.
mad
Yeah.
that they never showed what he did.
How
I'm
are
like,
they-
this dude scored 44 points.
I haven't even looked. How are they even? Because those teams out west don't watch as much. How are they even guarding him? What's their approach to guarding him? Are they putting like one in front, one behind?
Right now, you don't have to really worry about it because
Nobody else is
big
going to
deal-
score.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
Okay,
That's the
okay.
bottom line. Nobody else. If Boston's playing them, okay, you can have your 30. The rest of us are going to score 30
Because
apiece.
that's what they do in high. When you got like a 6'8" guy in high school, a lot of times I put one in front, one behind, try to deny him, and then put somebody behind and leave somebody else open. But I
You
figured-
can't do that to an athlete, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's like, so what do you do? What do you do? You're not gonna put even if you had a 7-footer. What's he got? 5 inches on a 7-footer, right? Yeah. What do you do if I'm 7 foot tall and you got 5 inches on me? I don't.
He's
even know what
blocking
to do.
people's shots.
Shooting threes.
Yes, like he's in the paint and he's jumping out, blocking people's shots.
He blocked Giannis' shot going to the hole.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I understand,
And of
but
course, the Hornets missed
come on.
him.
I
Like
wonder-
shocker.
I wonder if his body's going to hold up or it's going to be like a Yao
That's a
Ming
good
thing.
question. I mean,
that's a good question. That's a very
Because
good question.
it's just
Well-
when you're not designed. The human body is not.
That's Joe
designed.
Embiid when he was being
Do
recruited
you
going to
think that
Kansas.
it's not, though? It will hold up. Who's this
Wow.
coach? Popovich. As long as he stays there, he'll keep this guy. He'll set him quite often.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how long that body will hold up like that. I mean, it may. I may be wrong, but the human body is not designed to be 7'6" tall.
He
I'm just
only has to
telling
make 4 strides, and he's down the court.
you. No,
Kevin said he did one and did a finger roll from
That's what
I'm
I'm
trying.
saying.
He did. It was one.
It's amazing. I mean, his glide is so wide.
I like if I'm the other team though. I take one of my biggest guys. I just bang him all night. Just keep banging him.
I think
you know?
there's where he can be hurt because,
Yeah.
like, if when he goes against a Drummond
Yeah.
from Chicago or something like that, somebody who's
Someone's gonna
bigger
beat
and
on him,
physical,
beat on him.
yeah,
beat
Yeah.
on him a little bit. I don't know how much they let you do that in the NBA. You might have to rotate guys because you breathe on somebody, it's a foul. But
Remind you that this guy's 7'5" that does this. Round the back.
and slammed.
And he didn't even get off the ground 2 inches.
He didn't even hardly
Look
get
at,
up.
This is Red. Look at Reggie. Reggie's what, 6'7"?
He's Reggie.
That's Reggie
that's
Miller and
Reggie
Wimbiana.
when he comes up to his shoulder.
yeah, it's crazy.
And
man.
look at their arm difference. I mean, Reggie was what, 6'7"?
Yeah, he was tall.
Well, Zach, this is
Yeah.
Giannis. He's 7 foot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Giannis is
That was
huge.
the other
Giannis looked
night.
like a little guy.
And
Giannis
Giannis
is
always looks longer than most of
huge,
everybody on
Harriet
the.
was
Was that
off
off the backboard?
Yeah, and I'm gonna slam it. Oh, I don't.
He
have to
could do
much.
that probably about every time. Jerry.
every
Yeah.
time.
Like when I play, when you goof around playing with kids on a little dunk goal and stuff, that's what you do. Like,
Yeah.
I can't
Right.
stop this.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, I'm Shaq. On the
Giannis
kids.
said, "Well, I missed that."
You can't be going for a steal. You guys try to stay in front of him like that. I'm gonna find that one.
But both of them were shooting threes. That's what's amazing to me.
Can Wimbiana shoot threes?
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you shoot him?
Heck
Yeah.
yeah, Dad. He pulled up in the game the other night and just
Yeah.
sank one. Boom.
I know he's been scoring a lot of points. I haven't been really like watching it too
He
close.
does. He does everything.
Well, my deal is he had 27. Giannis had 44, and Giannis didn't even make the chart one time.
Watch this block
And
on
Giannis,
Giannis.
Giannis is long too. Look how long Giannis
Yeah,
is.
watch this. I don't know whether you're doing that. That's what I say.
That was
So-
pretty good feet work. Too.
So, and Terry agree with me on this. Giannis really didn't do anything wrong here because boom, right there.
I pushed him off.
You take it straight into a bigger man's chest.
And you're like, he's not blocking this.
Right. When the guy's taller than you're supposed to take it to his chest and try to move him a little bit and make him back up a little bit so you can get your shot off. And the thing is, when the guy's 7-8 inches taller than you, it don't really matter.
He said, get that out of here.
If you remember when Giannis first come out, he wasn't really developed at all.
No,
and
he
developed a
wasn't
lot.
either.
If Wembanyama develops
Oh,
at that
Lord.
rate,
yeah,
be dangerous. Because he's way more developed than Giannis ever was at that stage.
Well, in your standings, you Charlotte Hornets are 8-25,
Right.
1-9 in your
look
last 10.
Hey, that's great.
So there you go with that. Boston's 1, Milwaukee 2, Philadelphia 3, Indiana 4, Miami 5. I forgot to turn your TV on, didn't I? And the Magic.
I think Boston's
6. Cleveland's
3
at
up,
7 right now.
3 up on everybody.
It's kind of funny.
2.5.
Because
2.5.
Cleveland's not doing bad. I think they're like 20-15 or something like that. They're not bad.
There are 5 teams tied from 7 to a 7.5 back in the East.
They've not been. They're right there with everybody else, but they've done it with having a lot of injuries. So like my hope is like when you get Mobley back, and, Mitchell's been in and out, and you get Garland back and some of your guys back. I know that Calvin is in mourning.
Yeah, Ricky Rubio
retired. I mean, it's just.
I can't believe we didn't start the show with that.
If I would have thought about
Ricky
it,
Rubio retires, and Donovan Mitchell said he's happy for him because it was basically something that was tearing him up mentally.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was that was tearing him up so bad, but what it basically said, it's a big relief for him not to have to worry about it anymore. I guess
He can stay at home now.
Stay at home. He's going to go back to Spain. He'll go back to Spain and play.
Who knows? He could have family. He didn't want to be away from his family playing.
Something wasn't right, and I'm not sure what it was, but he played phenomenal and got hurt. I think in a game against the Hornets, he tore up a knee, and ever since then, like he tried to get back. They traded him away, got him back, but he never really got back, and not really sure what's going on. But evidently, from what everybody says, he's better off now. He'll probably go back home to Spain, but. Calvin, sorry, Rick. No more Ricky Rubio, no more Rick. And he was. I tell you what, he's an awesome, like 6th or 7th guy to come off the bench. I mean, he just, he plays with a lot of energy, passes the ball well, can score. I mean, I really enjoyed watching him play in his short time in Cleveland. But
I don't know why you even mentioned that.
Why?
Because now Calvin, he'll be in mourning until Monday.
Ricky Rubio, Calvin. For some reason, Calvin just loved it. Ricky Rubio.
She's got to get him a Rubio jersey. They can't be too expensive.
He'll be on no discount right now.
That's it.
You get a Timberwolves one, really cheap.
Oh
probably.
yeah, I bet. I think I might get.
You could get the Mayfield jersey from Cleveland for $1.
Nope.
One time.
Nope.
I know you can't now, but I bet it was $1 at one time.
No,
they were trying to get rid of.
It's amazing how the Baker Mayfield jersey at like Fanatics or someplace is still like $70.
No, when Cleveland got rid of him for everything he was doing, they had it in their store for $1.
Really?
Yep.
I'll tell you what, you can't get it for $1 now that he's getting ready to sign a $60 million contract or $55 million or whatever Tampa Bay is going to give him. But anyway, I'm going to look it up. Ricky Rubio jersey. I'm going to look it up.
Go ahead and order one.
That'd be such a great Christmas gift for Calvin.
Coming up. Yeah, it would.
That would be awesome. Wonder if he'd wear it. That would be so funny if he wore it.
Goodness, I'm flipping through my tweets. All right. One real quick, we'll switch over and finish up college basketball real quick. I did have little news notes, and this one kind of blew my mind. I didn't know. North Carolina girls basketball player Alyssa Utsby,
yes,
got the school's first women's triple-double this week in a basketball game. Terry, Zach, are you over here staring at my screen? Mm-hmm. Will you please stop that? I'm just going to put it over here, ain't I?
Well, you shouldn't put it where he can see.
He can't read anything in this vicinity. This is like his powerhouse of reading. He's blind within a foot of him. Anyway, how many men's triple doubles have there been at North Carolina? 0 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15. Terry,
0 to 5.
Tom,
0 to 5.
Really? Y'all would have guessed that? I'd have guessed way more. There's only been 2.
Yeah, I knew there wasn't many.
That's amazing. Dean Smith would just take you off the floor, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Forget that. You got 9 rebounds. You got to sit down the last 5 minutes.
But seriously, you think James Worthy would have had one?
Yeah,
with Jordan on the floor.
Well, college, it's most of the time, unless when you at Carolina, you got so many athletes, and I guess if you was playing like maybe a Wichita State or a Wright State, or
I was just saying
somebody like
Worthy
that,
in general
just leave
because
you out there.
he's going to get his points and rebounds every game. But he's got Michael Jordan on the floor. You'd think he'd accidentally ended up with 10 assists one game. You know what I mean? Or Jamison out there with Carter, or Carter. Even Carter could get a triple-double in college at 6'7", the way he jumped. So, like, that was really surprising me. No George Lynch or any of that. But can you think you can name?
Or even a taller guard.
There's 2 different guys. I'm going to give you a hint. 2 different guys at North Carolina have had a triple-double. Same year. Same team is the hint. And the other hint, it was not a Dean Smith coach team. 2 triple-doubles in team history, in school history, was not Dean Smith coached, and it was the same year is the hints, Terry. I wonder if anybody can guess that. Call in and see if you can guess that. We'll talk that in a few more minutes, okay? But anyway, college basketball.
What they win?
What do they? I don't have anything to give away. Hornets tickets. I give away Hornets tickets.
There you go.
If anybody knows the answer to that.
And it wasn't a Dean Smith. I see that right there takes out a lot.
I was going to guess Pete Chilcutt, but Pete Chilcutt played for Dean Smith.
Oh, you have to. I think you got to go back to when. I hate to say it, but I want to say in the Matt Doherty and what was the guy who was the backup that took over for Dean afterwards?
You can't name Bill Guthridge.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't thinking right now, Kevin. I could have got him, but I mean, you know how sometimes people just leave your brain.
Had just seen your
I mean, plus he was at Carolina, so I don't need to really know.
Listen, I don't have too much nice to say about Guthridge. He was a weird dude.
Always had his keys ready.
Golly, listen. The funniest, weirdest thing I'll never forget in my life is so at the basketball camps that Carolina Dean Smith had, Guthridge, the assistant coach, ran the camps. Okay, so Dean would show up like once or twice a week and give a talk, and then you'd get your picture taken with Dean. Well, Guthridge ran the camp, so every day you would go to, you'd have about an hour where the players would talk, or give it like a speech, or coaches, and they'd kind of rotate, and then they'd do like some plays or drills to show everybody in the camp, because you broke down by ages, and there's like 5 different gyms across Chapel Hill that you're in. So they would bring everybody together for the group camp, I guess, for an hour. And Guthridge, that's the part that he run. And he would, Tom, as a teacher, I guess maybe he would stop, like, so he would get done saying what he's saying, and he'd look at his watch and he'd go, "All right, you got 23 seconds to talk." And he'd turn around and walk back to say something to somebody. By God, he'd come back 23 seconds later and said, "All right, next up." And that's how he operated the camp. Every time whenever he would get done, he would tell you how long he's going to take a break. And it would be the most random numbers. You have 7 seconds to talk. And he would walk away for 7 seconds and come back and say something. Weirdest thing I've ever seen. And so one of my pictures, one of the years I went was when he took over for Dean. And so, but nobody wanted their picture taken with Bill, so Dean took the pictures too. So you sat between both of them instead of just Bill Guthridge.
That's funny.
But 2 years later, Dean stopped taking the pictures, and Bill took the last year, whatever he did, 2 years or 3 years, whatever it was. Bill did take the pictures by himself the last year, but he was just the weirdest man. Just, you guys got 7 seconds to talk, and he would look at his watch, like, it's the weirdest stuff ever.
It was amazing to me of when they were playing, and I would wait just to see him take off, because when the game was over, he was the first one running out through there, had his keys in his hand. I got to go get the locker room unlocked for everybody to come.
They got nobody else that could do that.
I know, but he was always the one running at the very end of the game. Take it. But a couple other college,
might have been holding the poop the whole time.
He might have been. A couple other college notes that I do want to remember. Number one, for my end, and I know a lot of people, some people care, some people don't. North Carolina State's ranked number 3 in the country in women's, 14-0 on the year, and had a big win the other night against Florida State in overtime. But another thing, back in 2018, Savannah State beat Wesleyan out of Georgia 155-26. That was a 129-point win. But now that's been broke. The other day, Grambling beat College of Biblical Studies 159-18. 141 points. They jumped out to a 34-0 lead, had an 82-10 lead at the half on their way, while Biblical Studies had 57 turnovers and shot 18%.
Sounds like the College of Biblical Studies needs to have a come to Jesus meeting.
Hey, Biblical Studies, they didn't play basketball in Jesus' day.
Why were they playing?
They need to have a come to Jesus
57
meeting.
turnovers.
Why were they playing each other?
Why do we
I don't
wanna
know.
play
See, that's how
these guys?
college women is. Every now and then you're going to have a game where you're going to play somebody. And speaking of another note, the last one on my end, North Carolina State beats the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame the other day, 54-52. They shot 28.8% for the game. They shot 17.6% from three-point line, and State wins and has their first lead with 0.6 seconds left in the game when Burns sticks it in to give State the win, 54-52.
So I got a quick question, or as far as basketball goes, so in football, like, Tom, do y'all have a running clock, I guess, in basketball or anything? Or
once it's 40 points in the second clock. And it's kind of funny, a running clock, you know what they call it in Texas? The fast clock. That's what a guy.
So my question is,
what's our number to call here?
704-435-2845. You'll have to tell JP your guess because he don't know the answers. So like in the time 2845. In the time in sports, why can't we have some point where we just stop the game?
Yeah, I know.
In baseball, you have
10-run rule,
15-run rule, and so depending on what leagues they're in, or 8-run rule, or whatever
depending
it
on
is.
what somebody's daddy.
And nobody complains about, hey, we missed 3 innings or 2 innings. Yeah. You know what I mean? Nobody has a big deal about it. There's no fighting and arguing. But in basketball or football, you say that to somebody, no, we got to play the whole time, and I'm like,
I will say this though:
if Shelby's up 70 to or Burns is up 60 to whatever on Highland Tech, we only play 3 quarters. We go on my third quarter.
I would say this:
it's over after the third quarter.
The only thing I would change is I don't care when it gets to 40 points. Go ahead and run the clock.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I mean, so that would solve it. So what I'm saying is, it's just don't wait till the second half. Or I would like prorate.
You can't prove to me that somebody's coming back from 30.
No, what I would do,
I'd do it at 30.
In basketball, I would just prorate it. 40 points in the third quarter, 30 points in the fourth quarter. Let's go ahead. It's 40 points.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fourth quarter. Like they do that in baseball sometimes, like 15 after 3, 12 after 4, 10 after 5. They kind of prorate it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do. If it's 30 points in the fourth quarter, heck, if it's 25 points in the fourth quarter, let's go ahead and run the clock. I mean, let's get this over.
And while I'm on basketball and rule changes, for you youth leagues out there, lower your goals and use smaller basketballs. It is way much better for the kids to have fun, scoring points, shooting the basketball. Terry, if you're shooting on a lower goal, your form's going to be better. How many kids that I'll put this as an example. I know 1 or 2 kids I played with growing up that we didn't play on low goals at all. And unless you had one at your house. Mm-hmm. And some of those kids learned to shoot by putting it beside their head and slinging that joker.
Yep.
And I know 2 that could really shoot like that. But once they got older, it didn't work that way. And everybody else had a real shooting form. And they didn't make the basketball teams. But, I don't understand why you would want to sit there and have 50 missed shots and half the team can't get the ball to the rim, as opposed to having the lowest goals possible, the smallest balls. Let the kids have fun, score all the points that they possibly can. Real quick, Terry, as far as I've seen leagues make the girls use men's basketballs. And even the WNBA players don't use men's basketball. So go ahead.
Well, the reason I'm saying we have a limit on hours over there, where if you're young, and plus, I mean, even when I was coaching the older girls and my daughter was playing, I always told her, let them shoot the 3. Because what's your percentage going to be out there? No. We're playing Optimus ball. A kid over there, either you're playing school ball unless they let you play both, but you're not going to be playing over there. So until that kid hits 2 or 3 in a row, then we're going to go maybe to a boxing one or something on her, to get her off the ball. But I used to sit back and like, let them fire, just rebound and let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well, to elaborate on Kevin's point, if you go to a Little League game, it's 60-foot bases.
Yeah.
Or 50-foot mounds. Or
smaller fences.
Or smaller fences. I mean, so we do this in other sports. They don't do it in football. They always play on a 100-yard field in football. But I can understand why you would want to change it. I do agree with Kevin. It's so hard for these little kids to score on a 10-foot goal.
I talked to you between the break, JP. JP, we're giving away Hornets tickets. Okay. But just tell them to give you the guess, and we'll get it later. He didn't listen to anything, did he?
No.
He's okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
We never have asked him to listen.
He's answering the phone. Let him do it.
That's it.
It's awesome. Oh, that's funny. All right, so State's number 3. They're 13-0, Terry.
14.
The ESPN says 13.
We 14 would beat Florida State the other day.
Well, it's
Do you not? Do they not keep up with it?
They probably don't.
I do.
ESPN ain't keeping
I
up
do
with
admire Terry for keeping up with women.
They are.
sports.
He's right.
It does.
He does.
They look up at the top. It's
When you
14.
click on their page, it says 14,
That's
but on the
awful.
standings
Well,
and stuff, it only
Good
says
job,
13.
ESPN.
I know
They're
more than
not-
they do.
they-
See there?
Well, they only got 4 letters.
Hmm.
Y'all beat Charlotte this year, 84-43. Tommy, y'all built a big old nice arena over there, and then decided to suck at basketball for 30 years.
It's depressing.
Like, what happened?
It's just we're just terrible. We can't get anybody to go over there. Can't get anybody to go.
You guys are experiencing what the Charlotte Hornets and Carolina Panthers are experiencing. You would think you could get people to come to these big cities, and you're not. The small.
There's too much to do down there, y'all.
No, Charlotte's just kind of the city without a soul. I think it's just a suitcase
Yeah,
city.
I don't know who
Doesn't
can attack the fans to get them to come. Independence couldn't attack nobody when they was in a 109-game winning streak. Nobody would come watch that.
Nobody would go.
So now that your Panthers are going for a playoff or a Super Bowl, it was packed. But if you got a losing record, people do not come.
And if you're
It's not a real strong sports
owner's
town.
throwing
It's
drinks
not.
on
It's
people.
not a sports town. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. It's just not. I mean, look at the bowl game.
As I said, the bowl game would have a lot if it
Look at the
was.
bowl
And
game. It's just
and
not a
I'll say
sports
this.
town.
With the Tar Heels in it.
I'll say this though. I think in the '90s, I think everybody's got hurt and bitter by what the Hornets did. I mean we filled that stadium or that arena every year, and had how many banners did they have for attendance? And they were horrible.
Well, the other thing is, think about the hockey team. Why would the hockey team not be in Charlotte? Because they know they won't support it.
Well, they've got,
buddy, they
got
support the Checkers.
Well, you got way more people from the north than Raleigh.
Well, I'm telling you,
You got
you'd
way
be
more
surprised.
Yankees
That
live.
place is packed.
Right, but I think they made.
Checkers?
For the Checkers.
That's because
Oh.
they got dollar beer, dollar.
I thought you was talking about hurricanes. I thought you was talking about hurricanes. I thought you was talking about hurricanes. JP, I'll get to you between the break.
There
okay.
you go.
Okay, just keep handing. Okay, I'll read this. Let me stop. Let me stop what I'm doing, JP, and read your notes.
Okay.
We're gonna stop the show to read JP's notes.
It's good.
That dead air you hear is the anger leaving Kevin's.
That's it.
soul.
I
He
mean,
has
I
to
told him
count to
2
10.
minutes ago we're giving away
That's all
stuff, and he come write me a note about that. And I told him, well, hey, I'm gonna talk to you between the breaks, and he came back and read me more notes. So I had to read my notes. So sorry for you folks on air. We'll be back in a minute. KDCBroadcasting.com.
Historical Museum, the Best Group LLC, Gutter Guys Incorporated and the Grooming Lady, and KTC Broadcasting. These maps will be available for a limited time only, so hurry into the business location near you.
This holiday season, a new Honda CRF is more than the most reliable machine to hit the trails. Our lineup of family-friendly trail bikes offers the perfect gift for riders of every level, from the CRF 50F to the 110, the 125, and the full-size 250F. You can give the gift of riding to every red rider in the family. So head to Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, now during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, and give a gift that'll last a lifetime. Since 1995, Carolina Furniture Mart on North Aspen Street in Lincoln has been serving this area with the finest in home furnishings for every room of your house. With over 80,000 square feet of shopping, we're sure you'll find something you'll love for your home. Bedrooms, living rooms, dens, dining, plus a huge mattress and recliner gallery. Shop local, shop hometown, shop Carolina Furniture Mart. 644 North Aspen Street in Lincoln, online at carolinafurnituремart.com. See the page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
The Cherryville Golf and Country Club has new renovations and will be expansion on golf. Having a wedding reception? Cherryville Golf and Country Club banquet room is the place for it. Private parties, birthday parties, and corporate events. Cherryville Golf and Country Club, 200 Club Drive, Cherryville. Call 704-435-6597.
Start your new year off in a new 2024 Chevrolet from Barburger Chevrolet in Shelby. Come see the new 2024 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LTZ and High Country. Get 1.9% APR for well-qualified buyers, or take $5,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. And get 1.9% APR financing for well-qualified buyers on the 2024 Chevy Equinox and the 2024 Chevy Blazer. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days when financing through GM Financial. Or get $500 cash allowance. For details, see Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, online at marburgerchevy.net.
And we're back with Saturday Night Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. And we have a phone caller on the phone.
Yeah, that's generally where phone callers are.
It's Tom from Friendship.
Hey, Tom, good morning.
Hello, I can't hear you guys.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us?
Not good.
Oh no.
I don't know. I'll have y'all.
I know it doesn't mean anything to hear Zach or Tom, but can you hear me? It's the main thing. That's what it's about.
What are you doing wrong, Kevin?
Let's get it fixed. Get it fixed.
JP, turn your mic off.
Now, can you hear us
now?
A little bit.
All right.
Oh.
I just wanted to comment on what Kevin was talking about using like lower goals and smaller balls. I think, if I'm not mistaken, like I heard a story or read a story about how Dale Curry trained Steph, like because he was so small and he was shooting like from his chest. He's like, never going to make it NBA shooting from your chest. And so he started him off on a lower goal so that he could shoot like properly. And then as he got stronger and bigger, he would raise the goal incrementally until he got to the 10-foot, rim. And you see how that turned out.
Yeah, it turned out quite well. And I'm going to be honest, on the same scenario, my daughter, I told her about the same thing. We had her shooting free throws because she was so weak in the arm she couldn't, have the correct shot. And I did her the same way. I started off on really something small, and we kept working on it. And then when we had a free throw shooting contest over at West Lincoln in our little tournament thing, she won it. But, it kind of made me happy that I had started her on the lower thing and worked her way up, But she's no Dale Curry.
Sure it was Dale Curry and Steph Curry. I can't say 100%, but I feel like it was, Steph Curry and Dale.
Well, how's things going? Yeah, how's things going over that way, and how are your sports teams doing?
Well, obviously, Carolina blew the football season, but they're ranked number 8, and we play Clemson at 12 o'clock, and I'm rocking my Carolina gear, driving to work in this monsoon.
Oh, big basketball game.
Yeah,
today,
there's
Clemson.
a couple good basketball games on the docket today.
Is Clemson? Did I see that they're like
They're ranked
13-1?
12.
Yeah,
I
they
think it's
got
12.
beat the other day.
Said, yeah. Oh, they did.
Yeah, Miami beat them the other night. So
Yeah.
now that might be a
They'll be out
true
of top
test
25
for.
now.
Well, it'd be a true
16,
test for Carolina today.
Where's Carolina? Up there?
Eighth.
Eighth.
Chapel
Yeah,
Hill.
Eight.
I knew
Yeah,
they
we're
were
ranked
up
number
there.
8.
Chapel Hill.
You ranked what?
Eight.
That's kind of low for y'all's terms, right? Number 8.
Better than last year.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. Like, we lost a couple early, and I would much rather lose early in the season than later in the season.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
I mean, you ain't gonna go 32-0. So I'll take an L or 2 or L3, early in the season, and then we'll worry about it in March.
Are they going down there? Are they going down to Little John to play them?
Yeah, $65 for a ticket today.
$65? That's pretty cheap. I'd pay that to go see that.
I mean, it should be a pretty good ball game.
It's $24 for
No,
state tickets
the
today.
last time I saw him play was at Little John, and we beat him with last minute, shot by what's his name? God Almighty. He was one and done. He plays in the NBA now for Chicago, maybe.
Oh yeah, Kobe.
They go, Kobe. Yeah, Kobe, the leading scorer in North Carolina.
Well, it
all-time leading scorer in North Carolina high school basketball.
Yeah, it seems like,
believe it or not.
It seems like Clemson does this a lot of years, though. They start out hot.
Yeah, they do.
They're 14-1, and then they kind of fade out. But
When they get in conference play.
So you're going to be cheating.
I think that.
Thomas, are you going to be cheating at work? Are you going to be having your earphone in there when you're trying to sell people those gladiators over there today?
Oh, hell no. We got a TV in the showroom, bro.
Heck no. Everybody can come and watch.
TV in the showroom.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
I'll have my YouTube TV hooked up, and we'll be watching the Tar Heels in the showroom.
Okay. So that's an incentive to go over there. If your cable's out because of the bad weather, just go on over to Friendship. Maybe Thomas will sell you a car over there.
Well, Thomas, y'all got any free trucks over that way?
He's got some.
With about 55,000 down, you can walk away with a free truck.
Hey, Terry would do that if it gets tires for life.
Oh man!
All right, Thomas, we appreciate it. You be careful up there. In that
No further than he drives. I think tires for life might be something we can work out.
Might be a decent incentive. Might be a decent incentive. Well, Thomas, we appreciate you calling. Be careful out there, and if you need a car, go see Thomas at Friendship in Forest City today.
You come see me and trade all them 8 cars.
You'd have to open up.
He still had to have $55,000 down payment.
You'd have to open up some space on the lot if I came over there, Thomas. You're going to need a few more spaces.
I saw Danny a couple weeks ago, and we were talking junk about it. He's like, man, he said, my dad was the same way, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah. I'm going to get him one day.
What are brothers for? What are brothers for? Well, Thomas, we appreciate you calling. You be good.
Yes, sir. Y'all be good.
Okay.
Take care, Thomas.
All right.
All right, college football, Terry. In the last 14 games, Vanderbilt is 2-12 versus SEC opponents. In the last 14 games, Ohio State is 1-13 versus SEC opponents.
I don't think we're playing the same opponents.
Well, you are. Vanderbilt's playing everybody above them.
Okay. We don't get to play Mississippi State and all them, so we don't get to play them. But
That's a good thing right there, Tom. Look at that. Just leave that up there for a while.
We usually have to
That's
play
nice.
teams like Alabama and LSU. And Florida beat us in the championship game.
Yeah, that's nice right there. Look at it.
And they're gonna keep hearing it too. Now the big stink was Ryan Day didn't really practice that month, and some people came out with podcasts on it, kind of throwing him under the bus a little bit.
I'm glad you brought him up. I've got something for him. So Tom, do you think it's time for him to go? Because do you know that he hates teachers?
I don't know if Ryan Day hates teachers.
Well, during that bowl game, they were giving away $1,000 for every touchdown score. So Ryan Day, he hates teachers because they didn't score any.
Okay, yeah.
They giving away money for every time Ohio State scores. He couldn't give any money.
The drama was there was one of their offensive linemen that came out and said, "Hey man, we're not taking this serious. We're not practicing." He went on a podcast, and then all of a sudden he wasn't starting. But if you actually watch the game, speaking objectively, that offensive line got their butts kicked And like Dan said, well, Will Howard's going to come save the program. I'm like, who's going to block for him? And that's one thing. And one thing, old Cheater up there at Michigan, he has done. He has made that offensive and defensive line nasty. They are. You don't want to play them. They're going to hit you in the mouth every single play.
About like a Wisconsin.
Yeah, they're going to hit you in the mouth every single play.
You got to know you played them.
They're playing bully ball. Now, he does cheat, but I don't take that away from him, that he's made his team a lot tougher. And remember the comment Lou Holtz made about Ohio State, and Ryan Day lost his mind over it.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, when you watch the Missouri game, I would say this objectively, well, if you don't want people to say that about your team, then you need to do something about it. Because if you watch that game, you got whipped. I mean, I can't sit here and say nothing. Refs, you just got whipped up front. You might want to say transfer portal, this, whatever. Oh, we had our third string quarterback. It doesn't matter who's playing quarterback, can't block, right? I mean, if you can't block, what's the matter? If you got Joe Montana back there, if nobody can block.
Yeah, that's Bryce Young.
Well, I want to ask you something, Tom, and this is.
Did you say Bryce Young was Joe Montana?
No, I said he can't throw the football.
That's not what I said.
He can't even get time to look down the field. Somebody's on top of him.
I mean, it's just
no.
Well, my deal is this: Coach Day decided not to let some of his kids play. Is that not consistently in every sport, even through college, all the way to high school? But here's my deal: do you agree that they should be out there on that field every day, or do you give the guys a break because it's got such a long gap between your last game to your next one?
The only reason why Ohio State shows up to play that game is they get paid. Really, they should really man up and say, we're not coming. We don't want to play this game. We wanted to be in the college football playoff. We're not in the college football playoff. 19 guys are going to transfer out. We're done. We're not coming. I mean, it's just like Alabama. As soon as they're out of the playoffs, 9, 10 guys transfer out.
There you go.
So, I mean, this is what
Carolina down here, 19 guys never played.
This is the new normal. So if as soon as I'm eliminated from championship competition, 5, 10, 15, 20 guys from these blue chip programs are going to leave. What are they saying? They're basically saying, I'm here to win a championship. If I can't play and win a championship here, I'm leaving. So what's it matter if you play another game? It's only for gamblers and people who want to go to the sports bar and watch the game. I mean, I don't see the purpose. I'm sorry. The Cotton Bowl, I don't see a purpose in it. Even though you went down there and you got whipped, you got embarrassed. I can't defend that performance. But why play? Just say you're not going to play.
I know Georgia coach came out and said, 63-3, but they didn't have 20 players on that Florida State team. And he said, this is a problem.
He said that. And he was determined to beat them bad.
Yes, because he wanted to make that point.
I'm going to tell you something. Yeah. He has hit college football exactly how it needs to be hit.
I agree.
Because he is telling everybody, I'm going to come play you. You better have all your guys because I'm going to whip you.
Or don't show up.
I'm going to drive you into the ground to prove this is how good we are.
If the game doesn't matter, I mean, you take them. Missouri's got a lot to prove here. They're trying to show, hey, we can play with these blue chips. Come here. Send your son here. So, like Ohio State, they have nothing to gain, everything to lose. You lay an egg. Why'd you show up?
Well,
I
don't like how everyone is acting like, well, Florida State, this proved that they shouldn't be there, or this shows what kind of a program they had because they all quit.
That has nothing to do with it.
That committee told Florida State that their games and their season did not matter.
Right. Exactly.
So why all of a sudden does this game matter?
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we said last week, Florida State should even play. They should show up. And then don't tell me my season doesn't matter. And then when we don't come up with half our roster, say, well, this is an indictment on you guys.
Yeah,
you just told us every other game did not matter. So and then, wait a minute. The kid for Alabama, how many yards did he throw for in the championship game? It was like 105 yards or something like that, or 115?
15, 20.
Something like that. They made a big deal about, we don't want this third-string quarterback for Florida State messing up this game and throwing for 100 yards. And then here you go, you got the Alabama or those quarterbacks. So here's something funny. After the Sugar Bowl, free cans of Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar to all of the fans as they leave the stadium. At the Sugar Bowl, free cans of sugar-free Dr. Pepper.
Awesome.
I don't know who dropped the ball on that one.
Heck yeah, that'd been nice.
Oh, Terry, did you know that football just means more up north? Those are the states representing the national championship games this year in college football. Washington, Montana, South Dakota, and Michigan.
Look at their rosters where the kids are from. Look at their rosters of where the kids are from. Their linemen are from up north, and their skill players are from down south.
Florida and Texas.
The North, it just means more up there. It means way more than it does in the SEC. Ain't that what the SEC people tell you? It means more down here.
But now, on the back end of it, think about it. That committee comes out of this thing looking like a genius.
Why?
Michigan and Washington, 2 unbeaten teams, are playing for your national title, and everybody else has a loss, so they look like they knew exactly what they were doing.
Well,
I wouldn't say that, Terry.
Well, I mean, that's how it looks.
They're lucky. It don't look like they're geniuses.
Because now they're going to sit back going, woo, thank you very much.
Then that means they're lucky, not geniuses.
Because I wasn't so. Go ahead.
Tom, tell me why this kid is better than Tua Tagovailoa.
Why is he better?
Mm-hmm. In one
Why is
picture.
he better than Tua?
Zach knows.
I know.
In one picture.
In one picture? They're both left-handed? I mean, I'm not saying.
He doesn't have the claw hand. He don't have Tua's claw hand. He's going to be way better than him.
I got a fan that called in and said about us talking about all these bowl games. He said the only bowl games should be the playoff games. Move the non-playoff bowl games to the beginning of the season in week 0 and call them kickoff classics. That way those matchups will have teams at full strength.
Whoever said that is right, because they do it in basketball. Yeah. You know, they have these challenges in basketball. I mean, they don't do the big the ACC Big Ten challenge anymore because, you know, ESPN got the feelings hurt. But they still do, like, in the SEC,
at the start of the season.
They do these things. They have, like, Maui Invitational and things like that. Yeah. I mean, let's do them at the beginning. But, see, they're scared to do that at the beginning because if they have a loss and they're eliminated from the playoff, so they schedule, like, Western Carolina. And I know some people want to give a lot of credit to the coaching, and I guess I kind of stole Kevin's argument. You can duck people in college football. You can reduce your season to 3 or 4 big games.
Oh, yeah. Ask Alabama, Georgia, all the guys. I mean, everybody does.
And that's what all these great coaches do. That's what they do. And I'm just saying, if you're a great coach, play the best every opportunity you have. Don't go out here and play Western Carolina. Don't go out here and play, South Alabama. Go play teams on your level. Not to take anything away from their kids. They're just as skilled. They're just not as big. That's generally what it is.
Basically, when we sit back
and play somebody on your level
and say that stuff, then we're saying that the Fighting Irish do exactly what they're supposed to do.
Well, they don't.
They have a lot more teams that they play that can qualify to beat them than a lot of Alabama
schools.
You know.
At least like Ohio.
I like Notre Dame's schedule way better than most. They don't play anybody like that.
Yeah, like Ohio State would go out and get like a Notre Dame game. You know, they've played Texas, they've played USC, Oregon, some of the places they've called non-conference, but then they always play at like an in-state Ohio school. At least they're Division I. You know, unless they play Youngstown, like they play. I wouldn't play Youngstown State. I just don't think that's a good game for them. But
the last 2 college football national championships were won by a coach born on December 23rd. This year, born on December 23rd, coaching in the national championship, Jim Harbaugh.
Who cares when his birthday is?
You do.
No,
the stars do, Tom.
You're pulling for him.
Astrology cares.
No, I will not pull, especially after J.J. McCarthy comes out and said, yeah, we cheated. Because
I cannot believe he said that.
He's an idiot.
Why would you come out and say that?
I mean, it's just like, why not just say, you know.
But now, on the back end of it, we said it's okay.
What I don't understand is why didn't he just say, why don't we investigate all these other, why are we being investigated and Ohio State didn't? That would have been okay. All right, it's fine. You come out there and say, well, Ohio State's cheating, so we cheated. We got to level the playing field. It's like, son, look, I mean, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. You knew that you knew your coaches were cheating and you were taking advantage of the information. You just kind of admitted it in a national interview.
I had a Michigan fan put it to me like this. What did we do wrong? Well, okay, now wait a minute. Now. This is that. Wait a minute.
You dressed up a guy
Wait a minute.
in disguise.
Wait a minute.
And went on a sideline.
This is how he put
record.
it. This is how he put it.
God, it's about to be ignorant.
No, wait a minute. No.
Whatever you're about to say is about to be ignorant.
No, it's not. I mean, because he put it like this. He says, we didn't jump out there saying, hey, your second-string quarterback down here at Alabama needs to come to our school when the portal's open at the start, so he's already opting out. So we didn't go pick up a player. We just did something behind the scenes that, gave us a benefit of our doubt on defense and offense. We didn't go get somebody.
So in other words, we didn't do it. We didn't cheat the legal way. We decided to cheat the illegal way.
So,
I told you it's about to be ignorant.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
We cheated the illegal way, and that makes us better than if we actually cheated
but
the
now
legal
I
way.
am with him on one thing.
That's the people that like, and I know there's politics or whatever, but if you say, well, your guy broke the law, and they turn around and say, but Trump or but your guy did this. That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We're
but
talking
now,
about you guys having Waldo. Where's Waldo in a college football stadium? Spying
on the sideline,
on the sidelines with Google glasses. Come on.
Yeah, he was down on the field. Somebody let him in.
Just straight.
Somebody let him in.
Because he had the right gear on.
Dressed as a Central Michigan coach. Like this is World War II covert op stuff. I mean, it's like
the base definition of cheating.
Look,
is
dude,
this?
Look, dude, I'm gonna tell you. I would tell any Michigan fan, if you get away with it, it's brilliant. I'll give you credit. If you get away with it. See, but you didn't get away with it. If you're going to cheat, you got to get away with it. Yep. You didn't get away with it. So if you don't get away with it, don't go on national television and say, well, we cheated because Ohio State did. I mean, it's just, you are an idiot. Well, I mean, you're an idiot.
Well, Ohio State's coaching staff is taking some other heat for the transfer portal. How they played it, Tom, have you followed the quarterback situation?
Well, Will Howard is now at Ohio State.
So here's what they're being accused of. They're being accused of waiting for the portal to close to accept Howard's commitment, so their younger quarterbacks wouldn't transfer out. So this is what people were accusing Ohio State for. They didn't actually claim or accept Howard's commitment to the day after the portal closed.
That's brilliant.
So they could keep their so the other guys
is it
like,
not?
We're leaving.
That's brilliance.
Look,
it's Terry. They're called evil geniuses because they're geniuses, but they're evil.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying.
Brilliant, but it's evil.
That was brilliant.
It was brilliantly evil.
Let's look at it this way.
They might could get Will Howard for $1 million.
If you're either one of the other, if you're either one of the two. If you're one of the two backups for Ohio State, where are you going after that game anyway? Who's taking you?
That's true.
I mean,
that's true.
I mean, you might go somewhere, but
the same guy was even one of those that we should only have like one portal, and that should come in February, like the next one is.
Correct.
He said that's when everything should be done, not before any games are even played.
So if there's another portal in February, what's it matter what the Ohio State quarterbacks did? Now they can leave in February, right? So what's it matter?
It's supposed to. I mean, they should be able to do whatever they want to do come February.
Is that what they're allowed to do or not allowed to do?
Well, there's another portal coming up in February. You can do it like your option before spring practice.
If there's another portal in February, Kevin, what's it matter that they waited? There's another portal.
I'm not sure. I'm just reading the interweb. I'm not sure the inner workings.
One of them will leave. I mean, we had Ewers. We had Ewers at Ohio State.
So
you're not going to play him out of here. I don't really blame him.
Here's one of the things, of course, that, and I about sent y'all. I've got a text, or I've got a picture I about sent you guys the other day about college football. I'm just going to read it. Let's see. It was after the games last week. It was the day after. This is breaking. This is from Not Sports Center on Twitter. The College Football Playoff Committee has convened and advanced Alabama to the national championship over Michigan. It was a tough decision for all of us, they said, but Alabama now has 2 quality losses that Michigan can't say that. So we think this will prove to be the right call. So then Texas and Washington play. Washington beats them on the field, right? Right? Well, this is the very next day. On the screen, the Chiron says, I'm just going to play the audio. The Chiron says, did the best team win?
Well,
College football, folks. Listen up. Zach, hit it.
Okay.
Between these two teams, Washington. Did the best team win between these? Did the best team win between these two teams? Did the best team win between?
But we do this. They actually played. And then now, well, we probably should.
These two teams, Washington, Texas.
Listen, I think overall Texas would probably claim to be the better team. This is why they were favored. However, it was a bad matchup for Texas.
Okay, I'm sorry.
As you know, it becomes more about the matchup. Just in the last segment.
He said,
That's Joe Klatt.
Right.
And as you know, it becomes more about the matchup. Just in the last segment, you were talking about it's not your hand, it's the dealer's hand.
Sir.
And in this case, the dealer, Washington, had the hand that was going to beat you, the Longhorns. The problem is that Michael Penix is such a good passer of the football. And when you're bringing in a 94th ranked passing defense in the country, that's a bad matchup. The secondary was going to be no match
They got a better
for the
team
talent
with
that
a 94th
Washington was
ranked
going to have on the
defense?
field. So because of that specific matchup, I favored and picked Washington in that game.
So this is the college football. Zach, you can hit it back. But like, how do you even have that argument or that thought? How do those thoughts even
not
come out
after
of your
they play
face after just watching them play and say they're not the better team because Vegas had them favored. So in their 94th defense, that's just a bad matchup. 94th defense, their quarterback's better than us, Terry, but they're not the better team.
Well, when I think of stuff like that, this is where I go back to when State beat Houston for the championship in basketball. 9 out of 10 people are going to tell you Houston would have beat them the next 9 times they played. That's what people are going to tell you. State should have never won. That Cinderella slipper did fit, and it only fit on that day, but that's all it's got to fit on that one day.
Well, y'all didn't accidentally get the national championship game. You had to win 5 to get there, or 4 or whatever it was. So,
I just think these is Texas moving to the SEC?
I think so.
And that's ESPN's baby. So Klatt's got to get on there and try to do damage control because if the SEC is not the best conference, we got to figure out a way to make them even when they lose. Washington is a good football team. I know they're not the brand that Texas is, but they almost lost. Yeah, but they did lose.
Right. And they've done that all year long. They've done that all year long.
They had a tough game against Oregon. They had a tough game against Utah. And you might say, well, they're not because they didn't blow them out.
Was it Washington State they went down to the wire against also?
Right.
I mean,
they're rival. Yeah. Right. And they needed a little trick play on.
And Oregon and Utah is good.
They're good teams. I mean, it's just, there's always going to be the people that they're not the big brand, so we got to promote the other brands. Texas is the big brand, so they're still better even though they lost. No, they're not.
All right, let's play a quick game of most wins by state in the last 10 years in college football. Most wins by state. Oh, some of them are obvious. Mississippi's tied with Mississippi State. Let's see. How about this? Most wins in the state of Kentucky in the last 10 years.
Western Kentucky?
Yes, Tom.
Yeah, that's where I'd have went.
Most wins in the state of Florida.
Oh, Lordy.
If you asked this in the 90s, it'd be like one of 3 teams.
UCF or USC?
That's the 2 that I was thinking. I was trying to figure out which one I want to go with.
Florida State.
Seminoles.
Is it really?
Most wins in Texas.
Texas Christian.
That's what I was thinking, TCU.
Houston.
Horny Frogs is the winner. Most wins in Arkansas.
Arkansas State. Is there another school besides Arkansas State?
Tom's right.
Yeah.
Most football wins in the state of Tennessee.
Middle Tennessee State.
UT Chattanooga.
Chattanooga.
Memphis Tigers have the most wins in the last 10. That's embarrassing.
That's an indictment for Tennessee Vols, is it not?
We got 102,000 people out here watching us lose.
But I tell you, once upon a time, you did not want to go to Tennessee.
No,
that's right. That's not an indictment. I mean,
when T.
Smith in the 90s,
when T. Smith and Philip Crosby was running around out there, you don't want none of that.
You didn't want to go to Tennessee.
Most wins in Illinois.
Most wins in Illinois be Northern Illinois.
That's right. Most wins in the state of North Carolina the last 10 years.
Oh,
App State.
Appy State.
Well, you know, State ain't won 10 games, so that's easy for us.
What?
What? Y'all ain't won 10 games in the last 20 years.
Well, we've won more than probably Carolina.
It might be 1-1. All right, last one. Most wins in the state of California.
This one's actually tough. Might be Fresno.
Fresno. That's what I was going to say. Fresno State.
Not Fresno. Think of all the teams in California.
Now, there's a lot.
USC, UCLA,
San Diego State.
No. They're terrible. Trying to think. Wouldn't be California. They're terrible. It was San Diego State.
Terry.
There we go.
Was it really?
Terry! Nailed it. And then Tom immediately told him, no, they're terrible.
No, they're terrible. They are terrible.
That's how bad California
I was
is.
going to say, that shows you how bad UCLA and Cal is.
But you listen, if I told you in the 90s that Tennessee would have less wins than Memphis and San Diego State would have the most wins in the state of California, I mean, how crazy would you?
If we can get San Diego State in the ACC West,
be rocking.
That's
there,
right.
too.
We might be a Power 5 legitimate now.
Might get a bowl game if we got them out
Yeah.
west. All right, I got a couple more. Then we're going to start picking games here in a second. Well, we got one game to pick. We do got bad picks. We got to watch some bad picks before we break down.
Oh, Lordy.
The
bad picks.
Was they bad?
I
bad,
would
bad, Terry?
still take Florida State today if they were playing
I'm glad
Georgia
you better
again.
start backing up right now.
That's
right
exactly
now, Terry.
right.
Got to dig a big grave on here.
Well,
Terry,
I'm
They didn't have
not.
20 players.
But Terry, why did you say all that last week when you knew that
I
Florida
knew.
State's
I even
guys
said
weren't
on
gonna
here,
play?
both wide
You
receivers,
sat
the
there,
running back, and the quarterback,
but
everybody.
you came back with this crazy scenario that Florida State was going to win and they're going to
That's
be
fine.
undefeated.
I would pick him today,
But Terry, Terry,
knowing they would lose.
Terry, you could say they're going to lose.
Let
today
me
'cause they
put
don't
it
have
to
the
you.
guys.
Let me put it
But
to you
they
like
would
this,
win
Tom.
if they were head to head.
I know
with full
somebody
strength.
in our pick'ems who, now listen to me, that picked Alabama to beat Michigan. But then on their championship game, they picked Michigan to win it all. But they picked Alabama to beat them, but in their championship, they got Michigan to win it all, and they won the bet. Now, you tell me, people think like I do? Yeah, they think just like that.
I'm not really sure I follow you there.
Me either.
No, I'm serious. We were making pickles.
I think they made a mistake. And
No,
put
they did
Michigan
not.
By accident
No, they
because
didn't.
It's impossible to lose in the semifinal and play in the final.
They picked them to win it. Had Alabama to win here and then Michigan to win it all is how they picked. And guess what? They won our
Did
picks.
they know the matchups? They knew the matchups?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was listed as the bowl games, Tom. How more would you ever want to have in front of you?
I mean, it doesn't make any sense then. If they had the matchups in front of them, that's impossible unless you could circumvent the rules and say, well, I'm going to.
Because all of us was like, how can he win? Well, that's how he picked. They allowed it.
Well, one of our employees.
What the crap?
One of our employees at the station actually said, "Does Michigan even have a chance?" I'm like, "They're favored in the game. They're favored in the game." It's just
That's that
it's
SEC
crazy.
bias.
That's that because if you live in the South, seriously, if you live in the South, it's like does the Big Ten team even have a chance? Because
Not
they pull
really.
up that Ohio State statistic.
Not really.
But yeah, well, I guess they proved otherwise, even though they did cheat. I'm sure they
All
had
I got to
some
say,
film on them.
if Washington comes out on top, Big Ten, y'all need to just redo the whole conference. Go get some new teams because none of y'all can win championships.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, Terry.
Well, it's about the truth.
It's about the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life because in the ACC, you got Clemson, and that was it. Now that they're a little bit down, you can't even sniff it. I mean, what are you even talking crap about another conference for?
Well, I got photo evidence that Tom made it to the bowl games, Terry. He made it out there.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Here's Tom. Tom was spotted at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, that's me.
There's the Cinefani family.
There I am.
There's a guy, a family wearing Ohio State fan shirt supporting Alabama.
Well, Alabama playing Michigan is kind of like, Satan versus Hitler. I mean, can you really pull for one or the other? And I find out, I mean, there's a lot of hero worship with Nick Saban. I mean, they really think, but, I'm not saying Nick Saban's a bad coach. I'm not saying, like, they interpret that. If you say Nick Saban I think that he dodges Georgia when he did it. Oh, you're terrible. What do I say? No, he's a great coach. But
ask Miami about that.
Do you consistently? Yeah. They'll still defend him there. So it wasn't his fault. It's the GM's fault. I mean, this is what they do. I'm not saying. I mean, he went about 500, right? He went about 500 at Miami, give or take. But I'm just saying, it's like if you're the best coach, go to the NFL where you have to play. You don't get 10 number one draft choices. You don't have that brand with just hey, come here.
Asperger.
I'm just telling you.
Did you see his comments on one of the reasons they got beat? And this one blew my mind. Now, remember, he's 70-something years old. He's supposed to be the greatest coach of all time. You know what his excuse was, Tom?
What?
They huddled up before plays.
Okay. Yeah.
Honest to God, that was Nick Saban's excuse. We didn't play a team all year that huddled up. So when they played us, they huddled up before we ever play, and then we couldn't get our defensive signals in time because we had to wait for the formation to come out.
So what you're admitting to is that you got out coached.
Right.
That's what you're admitting. You got out coached. And you will say, like I said, every time I mention Harbaugh, I know he is a jerk and a cheater, but he has won at the highest level. I'm not going to take that away from him. He has won at the highest level, and Nick Saban has not. And as soon as, I can't get 10 number one draft picks? Just bully these kids into doing let me go back to college, and never came back. And to a point, it's not like I'm saying it's easy what he does. Don't interpret it that way. But you couldn't do it at the very highest level. So what is truly a great coach?
Yeah.
A great coach is who can do it consistently. Jimmy Johnson did it at the highest level, and they finally let him in the ring, right? Because he did it in college, and then boom to the highest level, and took a 1-15 team and won 2 Super Bowls. So I'm not going to take that away from him. He had good players, but he did it at the highest level as well. So just give credit to the guys. Like I'm not taking anything away from these college guys. They're good at what they do. I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they don't know football. The highest level.
That's where Urban Meyer should be back in college.
And I brought up, and I was embarrassed. Urban Meyer went to Jacksonville. Disaster. Didn't make the whole season. And I love Urban Meyer. He did a lot for Ohio State. There's the highest level, bud. I'm not saying you're not great at what you do, but there's
Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like him neither, but look at him.
I don't like Pete the cheat either, but he's done that time. I'm sorry, Kevin. I know you're ready to go on.
All right, we got to do our bad picks. Yeah. It's actually kind of long this week because y'all elaborated so much on your bad picks this week.
Tom,
that I got to leave
I'm sorry.
I got to leave
Watch it. I bet when we're talking, Tom's the one talking.
I was hired to do a talk show, and when I talk, I irritate Kevin.
Yeah.
Tom, shut
That's
up.
not what I did.
It's 7 minutes.
Terry's in the middle of it. Terry's in the middle of this.
It's 7 minutes and 50 seconds. I guarantee Tom talks 4 minutes.
Well, at least people want to hear what I have to say, unlike your jibber
that's
jabber.
the reason
headset up right there,
saying that it's better to cheat illegally than cheat legally.
All right, Zach.
Bad picks.
Forget it. Clemson destroys Kentucky.
Destroys. Okay, he used the word destroy. Give me Kentucky.
Which set of co-eds would you rather see? Which set of cheerleaders would you rather see in the pool, Tom? Clemson's or Kentucky's?
Probably Clemson.
Give me Kentucky for the win.
I went to Clemson a couple times.
Are you
girls.
saying you don't want a bunch of coal miners' daughters floating around in the Jacksonville pool?
Probably not. The girls from Greenville, the Greenville Spartanburg area down there, it's a little past that. You got some women down there. Clemson.
There's been the Ohio boys love them South Carolina girls.
We do.
Oregon State and Notre Dame.
We do.
Bad picks.
Zach, who you got? Notre Dame favored by 6.5 in El Paso at the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Get that title too.
Tiger Bowl. Give me Oregon State.
Bad picks.
Let's go with Iowa State.
I'm also taking Iowa State.
They let me down.
Third.
Bad, terrible pick.
Tom, I better not get beat by Drinkwitz. I'll say that.
Well, I'm just telling you. I mean, with you're playing your backup quarterback, your backup running back, backup wide receivers. But, Missouri's probably doing the same. So I'm going with Ohio State.
Terry.
I'm going with Ohio State.
Zachary.
Ohio State.
Bad pick.
That was
bad pick.
That was ugly.
I think Penn State will. win this one.
I think I did too.
Terry,
I have to go to my poll.
Nittany Lions or Rebels in the Chick-fil-A Bowl?
Yeah. Who'd you take, Tom?
Penn State.
I didn't think Penn State played good against good teams.
They do not.
Bad pick.
Auburn 6-6 favored over 7-5 Maryland Terrapins.
By almost a touchdown.
I'm taking Auburn.
Bad pick.
Yeah, you're right.
Bad pick.
So in this game here,
Transfer portal, right?
I think Florida State's backups are better than Georgia. So I'm taking FSU. That's the problem. They had their starters against their defense has been very tremendous.
How many of
The
them are
quarterback,
playing?
do they miss him on offense? They will miss him. But if their defense can keep them in the game, they'll have a shot.
No.
Wait and see.
Okay. Let's bet. What we bet this week?
Oh,
Mountain
Lord.
Dew.
Here we go.
That's
I'm
right.
not
Better
betting you,
agree to the
Tom.
right side.
You don't bet nothing.
Agree to the correct side.
Heck no.
Diet Mountain Dew, excuse
he's
me.
not
Heck
gonna
no.
bet.
You're
Okay.
exactly right because you get way
That shut him up.
less.
That shut
You
shut it
get
down.
way less
shut-
than what you're
I
supposed to
noticed that
get.
shut you up real quick. when
No,
I said
I'm not
let's
betting
bet.
nobody
I ain't
who
betting
halfway.
No. I'm not betting anybody when I know
Fake
it'll
better.
lose.
I'm not betting a halfway fake better.
Fake better. Well, fake better. Elected out.
Yeah.
Glass slipper. Whatever. All this stuff. It's opt out, not elected out. Too.
So
Bad pick. It's a bad pick.
now they're in the CW Bowl, Barstool Bowl over here, Toledo and
Let's
Milan.
go ahead. Let's go ahead with Toledo. They're going to win with their fans are going to go nuts out there.
Terrible pick.
Oh, I'm gonna pick.
sorry, Zach.
I think they got. I like the Badger, just because it's a cool mascot. Give me the Badger, Wisconsin.
Badgers over Tigers. Tiger will eat the Badger so quick.
Bad pick.
Iowa at Tennessee.
What's
Now, not at
Iowa
Tennessee.
from?
Iowa
cannot
versus
score.
Tennessee.
What
Where's Iowa
conference?
from?
No,
Iowa.
what conference does Iowa in?
The Big Ten.
Okay, you take Tennessee.
I have no idea.
I'll take Tennessee.
Iowa.
Oval is not a good mascot. Give me the Hawkeye.
They can't even score.
I pick Hawkeye.
I picked
Come
Iowa
on.
twice.
I'm
I'm
picking based on
What
cool
the
mascots,
heck?
Terry. I'm telling you,
Y'all
we're gonna see
taking a
how my
team that
record
can't
goes
score
picking cool
daggum
mascots
14
versus
points.
knowledge.
Against a Tennessee team that's wide open?
We're
Come
gonna
on.
we're gonna be cutting this next week.
That's
Oh,
at Camping World Stadium, Orlando.
Yeah.
I've driven by that by a few
Who'd you take,
times.
Tom?
Iowa.
Yeah, y'all both took Iowa. That's a loss.
You don't know what it is?
Bad pick.
There's a big difference here.
You
It's not like them other bowl games where everybody's opting out. These right here, these guys are playing for a national championship. They're all going to play.
Is a man that refuses to sell his truck to get free tires for the last 20 years going to pay $500 to go see this ball
I'm
game?
taking Texas.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought you'd say. Washington for me. Washington.
I can't take Washington. They could have had multiple losses this year, so
But
I'm taking Texas.
But Zach,
They won.
winners find a way to win,
That's-
right?
that's
And you
true.
can't multiple
Winners
times.
find a
You
way.
cannot find them multiple times.
They did already, Terry. They've
That's
already
it.
found.
I do think they have a
how
good
can
quarterback.
You just arbitrarily quantify how many times you can win a game that maybe you should look
The
up
glass slipper's not going to pop up every week.
The glass slipper's not going to fit every week, Terry. Not pop up. Fit.
Terrible pick.
Terry Reinhardt, SEC or Big Ten?
What do you think?
Now, real quick,
Ain't no way, no.
for the folks on the radio, the words on the screen says, "Does Tom talk too much and jinx Alabama?" So just that's the theme on here. Tom does his picks, but when he elaborates a little bit too much, he sometimes jinxes teams.
Tom, listen to this.
And so we're gonna watch see if Tom actually jinxes Alabama with this one.
Nobody from Big Ten can win anything. Alabama wins.
Ain't no way anybody from the Big Ten can win anything. They just went 4-1 in bowl games. That's okay, Terry. Whatever. I mean, we know you bring your feelings to fact fights all the time. I just morally cannot pull for Michigan. It's just kind of like, Satan versus Hitler in this game. I mean, I just can't pull for anybody.
This is the cheaters versus the whiners.
I will not.
Well,
I
You
will
can't
not,
even pull for your own
I will not.
conference.
Well, Terry, some people are rational and some people are emotional. See, rational, emotional. Your emotions get in your way.
No, Alabama will win.
Oh, you
sure.
don't know who's going to win. You're just randomly saying stuff. I think that that Alabama hired that Michigan coach, right? They're pulling the Michigan on Michigan, right? So they're spying on Michigan. I think they'll have them figured out. And I think Alabama's going to win this game. But
Quit talking
I
so
will
much.
not want. No, it's a talk show.
God.
It's a talk show. It's my time. It's my mic. Sit
I'm
over
gonna
there.
make a
Sit
different
over there and
pick.
be quiet. We'll make a different pick. All you do is complain the whole time. Just sit over there and be quiet. I'm going with Alabama. I'm not going to watch a single play, but I'm going to go.
Me neither.
I'm not watching.
I'm not watching neither one of these games.
We
coming up.
agree on something, Terry.
Yeah,
Isn't that nice?
That's exactly right.
I'm going to go.
Bad, terrible pick.
So we'll be able to come back next week and pick the championship game.
Yes. Yes.
That'd be pretty simple.
Alabama.
Nope. Texas.
You got Texas beating Alabama.
Florida State to win today, and Florida State gonna say we're the national champion.
You are definitely off your meds on that pick.
Bad picks.
Here's your trivia question: what city was Howard the Duck set in?
Pittsburgh.
Cleveland. The worst movie of all time is, of course, set in Cleveland. Howard the Duck. What a terrible movie.
Okay.
Gosh. So, but Liberty's not going to.
Only them people from.
Only them people from where. Go ahead. Finish your sentence. Go ahead.
Those are some bad picks.
All right, Terry. How'd your picks go last week?
Well,
Not
I'm
too
down
good.
as one of the worst bowl losses of all time. But if I had to do it again, I'd still take.
I
Florida
think
State.
Terry's trying to say that the ACC got cheated. I agree with him there, but that doesn't mean you pick them to beat Georgia with your
I'm not
backup.
doing it. I'm never gonna pick that.
You know, I really should have. I will say this: that
We had Texas and Alabama too.
Missouri didn't. A lot of their guys played. I mean, so
They did.
But they have, you said earlier they had that reason.
What was
You know,
y'all's
they're trying to
records
make
last
their
week, Terry?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I didn't bring them in.
Every time Terry goes under 500, he just don't know, Tom.
he just didn't bring him
He,
in.
he
did
didn't bring him in.
I mean, I probably went under 500.
I think all of you might
I
have.
did.
It's
I
took
did
7
lie
minutes.
because my father. It's kind of funny. My mother's a football person. My father generally doesn't watch the game. Mom watched. Dad won't. So I'm over there New Year's Day. Everybody was sick, so they couldn't go see Mom and Dad. I was the only one. So I went over there, and Dad is sitting there watching that Michigan game. And I was like, I was going to go home. I said, Dad, you going to stay and watch this game? Yeah, I'm going to watch this game. I want Michigan to lose.
Do you know?
But it didn't happen.
I did not watch them. I did not. I got up the next day and looked at highlights.
Yeah.
But I did not watch neither one of them
Yeah,
because I just absolutely think that the national teams. But again, the committee looks like they did a fantastic job.
I don't think so.
I still people can see the players
People are
didn't
smarter
play.
than that.
I
with
hope
Florida
so.
State.
Well, that sets up championship Monday night. Washington and Michigan, undefeated teams facing off each other. Washington's about to be a Big Ten team, so you'll have that. Tommy, who you got in this game?
Well, I think Washington is the team of destiny, and I think that God will not let Michigan win. So, Washington.
Well, here we go.
He put it on God's shoulders.
I know. Tom, since you said that.
God don't like cheaters.
Yeah, I want to say it, but
I'm doing everything I got. I'm going to eat Chick-fil-A. I'm going to shop at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to do dot all my I's, cross all my T's, and just say, "Hey, God, help us out. Don't let the cheater win this game."
There's no way I can pick Washington.
Yeah, because you keep picking against. So please pick against them again.
I am going against them. I'm taking Michigan to win this.
Remember the year I kept picking against the Buccaneers when they had Tom Brady? That's what you're doing now. I've learned from my mistakes.
It's up to Zach to break this tie.
Yeah.
Well, whose side are you on, God's or or Michigan's?
I think the cheater's going to win, and they're going to take the title from them 8 years now for tattoos.
But what I say is that I meant to look it up again for you. The coach for Washington has done such a marvelous job with that team.
He has.
That's coaching. And if you watch that Washington State game, there's like a 4th and 1 on his own 35-yard line. And he ran like he made everybody think he's going to run up the middle, flipped it outside, got about a 40-yard gain on that. I'm like, that coach is clever, man. I like him. he had the relationship with Penix when he was at Indiana, and that's how he got him to come out there. So, I mean, I think I just think he's done a fabulous job there with the University of Washington, and he looked to me a guy that does it the right way, not like Harbaugh. So I'm going with Washington.
Washington, he just jinxed you.
Okay, we just talked 5 minutes and Tom talked 4.
He jinxed
you. Okay.
Your sense of time is a little screwed up, Terry.
Michigan.
I think that. Yeah, he likes them because they cheat the right way. They cheat illegally. I mean, if you're going to cheat illegally. That's the fun way. Don't cheat the legal way. Don't get one of their guys to come after the portal opens because that's legal. Do it the
Is it
illegal
not
way.
something, though, that you're going into this game, and there's a lot of people not going to pull for Michigan just on account of what happened?
I think 49 states are going to be pulling for
That's
Washington.
what I'm saying. I mean, the majority of the people.
No, I mean, who would?
Yeah,
who
I
would
took
want-
Michigan, and Zach took Michigan.
Oh, and it's
Well, the reason I took them was on account of their defense. I think their defense might be able to stop Washington, but Washington's pretty good. But
They're resilient.
Yeah,
that's they've won games that they've been close this year.
I mean, I think that quarterback's pretty good. Actually,
I do too.
From what I've seen, he may be a
Pence is not a top 5 though in the NFL.
Why? Why?
I don't know. I don't think he's well, I mean, his name's just, I mean, he's out there because he's with Washington. They continue to win. But if they were like 10-3 or something like that, would you even be talking about him?
Well, my thing about it is if he was on Notre Dame, would he not have already won the Heisman and be the
Well, he
greatest
probably
player of all
would.
time?
Yeah.
You know how our media works.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that, and for even Terry, you might be right. They might say, well, he's only because they'll never admit they're wrong by not having him in the top 5 of their preseason list. So they'll be like, maybe he's not a top 5, and the experts like Mel Kiper will push him back to second round, and then most of your quarterbacks are better after the first picks anyway. So
I think Penix is going to have a nice career playing on Sundays. But Kalen DeBoer, that's the coach at Washington. I couldn't think of it, but I just think he's done a fabulous job. He deserves it for doing it the right way.
Bleacher Report's got Penix going 6th overall.
6th.
To the
bad.
Falcons. It's got Caleb Williams 1, Drake May 2. If you pick a Tar Heel quarterback over a national champion quarterback,
name me some people from USC who have been elite in the NFL.
None.
That's what I was thinking.
Marcus Allen. And some Junior Seau.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but they're not
Willie
quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They're not quarterbacks.
Carson Palmer was good.
He was okay.
He was probably
okay.
he was the best one.
Yeah.
He was pretty good, Terry.
Now the butt fumble guy wasn't real good.
Sanchez.
Yeah.
And Leinart.
They got drafted because Carson Palmer.
So Caleb Williams, that was the thing this week, guys. Caleb Williams is living in a penthouse in L.A. now, and they're talking about, can Reggie Bush have his Heisman back for his $1,000 or whatever it was that they gave him?
Reggie was a really good college player.
Yes.
Pro, not so much.
But this
Not
mock
bad,
draft
but-
has 4 quarterbacks in the top 6. It's got Caleb Williams 1, Drake May 2, Jaden Daniels from LSU.
They do it every year.
And then Penix from the Falcons.
I mean, can we
going to
not-
the Falcons at 6.
Can we not quit drafting 10 quarterbacks in the top 10 picks?
Dude, this one's got 6 in the top 11. McCarthy and Bo Nix going 10 and 11.
I'm gonna tell you what, if
That
you
Bo
don't
Nix
get
is like
them
24
offensive
years old.
linemen, man, you're hurting.
That's what I'm saying. The middle of the road guys, I would almost rather have a 5th or 6th pick, and I'd still end up with the best player of the draft after all these dodos pick these quarterbacks.
And you go back and look at the draft, and that's what's going to happen.
Give me
if
some
you watch-
offensive tackles.
If you watch like a Myles Garrett or the guy Chicago Sweat, the guy that was with Washington, right there.
Yeah.
If that's who I'm getting though, I'm getting a DN game record.
Yeah.
I'm getting a shutdown corner. It's like
Everybody passed on Michael Parsons and
Guys,
Dallas got him.
Listen to this. The very first defensive player on this mock draft, 12th.
That's crazy.
12th.
You know what my daughter says during the Cleveland games? She goes, "Where's Denzel Ward? Is he out there?" It's like, honey, he's out there. They just don't throw at him. You know,
Right.
I mean, that's what
Him and the other
yeah.
guy are like the
It's
top 2 rated
yeah.
quarterbacks in the NFL right now as far as pass.
I'm just telling you, man. You got get you a lockdown corner, get you a game record.
It's got 11.
Yeah, I mean, just
Anyway,
get you.
he's not going pro this year.
I mean, serious.
He make more money in
He'll be top
serious.
five.
Get you
Colorado.
or get you an offensive tackle. Get you somebody who's going to keep your quarterback clean. I don't understand this infatuation with quarterbacks.
If you're there, it's got there, for example. And I know we're
who
talking
are
about
unproven at this level.
I know we were talking about Penix with this, where he would go. They got him at 6. But just on this mock draft, here's how the positions break down: quarterback, wide receiver, quarterback, tackle, tight end, quarterback as the first 11. And then 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, Minnesota, Saints, Bears, Seahawks, all picking defenders. You're picking 10th. You're getting the best defenders in the draft now, according to this mock draft.
That's what I'm
anyway,
doing, man.
all right, we got to get out of this college football. We'll be back in a few moments, for NFL and more, KDCBroadcasting.com.
$2268 Lincoln Highway 150 East in Cherryville. Online at blessedbuildings-nc.com.
Get a steal of a deal on a new steel from Boyd's Tire and Appliance on Main Street in Clover. For over 72 years, Boyd's Tire and Appliance has been serving this area with the finest in steel chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Gas and battery-powered tools, too. Plus, John Deere has Gravely zero-turn mowers, along with appliances, tires, and yes, a great supply of John Deere toys. That's Boyd's Tire and Appliance, 110 North Main Street in Clover. Online at BoydTireandAppliance.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com.
Country Camping Corner in Kings Mountain invites you to join them the weekend of January 25th through January 28th for the North Carolina RV Dealers Association show at the Park Expo and Conference Center in Charlotte. But you don't have to travel that far. Just visit the lot on Oak Grove Road in Kings Mountain for more than 40% off selected models. Plus, they never add prep or destination charges like many dealers do. Country Camping Corner, Highway 74 at the Oak Grove Road exit in Kings Mountain. Online at countrycamping.com.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Your auto insurance agencies are Mooney Insurance Agency in Maiden and East Lincoln Insurance Agency in Denver. Whichever location you choose, you're going to love Whiskey Mill Bar and Grill in Bessemer City and Gastonia. Since 2010, this family and locally owned restaurant has been serving this area with great food at affordable prices, and they feature some great daily food and drink specials. Check out their complete menu online at whiskeymill.com, located in Bessemer City at 201 Pennsylvania Avenue and in Gastonia at 199 South New Hope Road. Either choice is the right choice. And Merry Christmas to all from everyone at Whiskey Mill Bar and Grill, Bessemer City and Gastonia.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. They're talking, I think, NFL was what he said.
Yep, welcome back to the broadcast. I was just talking to Tom in the break. All's good and well with Joe Flacco and everything, but the defense and the running game are not the same. When Watson was there, the defense was giving up 12.5 points a game, averaged 154 yards rushing a game. That's, of course, Nick Chubb was in there.
No. Nick Chubb got hurt in the second game.
Did Deshaun Watson not play the first 2 games?
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking 5 games, and he played a game.
I said he was in there.
Okay, game and a half. Yeah.
How many yards did he have?
I don't know.
Why don't you put it straight out beside of it?
All right. Either way, They were averaging 154 rushing yards a game, giving up 12. Now they're only averaging 75 rushing yards a game, giving up 24. But they keep winning because, as I've said all year, everybody else is terrible. Like the whole, like, who's good? And the thing is, the Browns have beat both the number 1 seeds in the playoffs.
Yeah, and had Baltimore not been as good as they are, they could have won their division.
They have lost 3 offensive tackles to season-ending injury. And you wonder why your running game's not what it was. You've lost guys on the defensive line. Okoronkwo, I think they're going to get him back. Anthony Walker's, yeah, I know. I probably butchered that one anyway. Anthony Walker.
I couldn't tell if you're right or wrong.
They better not could have.
They need him back. There's another one they lost. His name escaped. They lost another guy on the interior of the defensive line. You know, Ward's been out. They lost McLeod, their safety, to year-ending. They actually had, Delphitt's been on IR as well. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, their team's a mash unit, dude. I mean, they've been out. A lot of guys, they're going to try to rest and get some guys back. But it really is amazing how, and that's why you got to give Stefanski Coach of the Year. That's what I'm saying. You want to compare a pro coach to a college coach, where, like, if you got 10 5-stars coming in every year versus, okay, now we got to start working the waiver wire and people's practice squads and everything and get people, that can play well enough and fit our system and all. I mean, the kicker and the punter were out in the same game. I mean, how many injuries does one team have to deal with and still, put a product on the field that's able to win? I mean, if you still got Myles Garrett out there, and he's banged up, but if you got Myles Garrett out there, you got a chance. But I'm just telling you, the job that they have done there, and it does help when you've got Schwartz on your staff and you've got, like, Bill Callahan on your staff and you've got some guys with some head coaching experience on your staff. But I'm like you, Kevin. I do have the defensive concerns here lately, and offensive line. They've all things considered, they've played pretty well, and their center and their 2 interior linemen are still there. But when your tackles go down, man, it's just tough. It's tough.
I'm looking at the AFC, and I don't see no teams are like, hey, I don't think there's. I can't name anybody that I think the Super Bowl favorite. I can name why you might think somebody is.
That Baltimore team gets me because their point differential is 210. They've given up 260, best in the league, and they've scored 470. They just worry me.
They put 56 on Miami. Yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't bet nothing on the Baltimore Ravens.
I would.
In the NFC, San Francisco's 1, Dallas 2, Detroit 3, Tampa 4, Philly 5, LA 6. Packers, Seahawks, Vikings can still get in with a miracle.
So I guess
Saints can still get in.
I guess Packers are winning in, right?
Yes.
Okay. But if Tampa Bay loses, that opens the door for New Orleans or Atlanta, doesn't it? Or is it Atlanta? Okay.
Correct. New Orleans and Atlanta can both still get in if the Panthers can win this weekend.
The Tampa's got Carolina.
Yeah.
And then Atlanta's got New Orleans. So how interesting is all that?
So if the Panthers win, the winner of New Orleans Atlanta is the division champion.
That's an interesting ending to the NFC South.
Panthers aren't going to win.
You never
if
know.
Baker comes in here and lays an egg.
I watched part of that Jacksonville game, and I was like, this team is pathetic. I mean, they just looked horrible. Not so much defensively, but offensively, God almighty. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and it cost him $300,000 for that drink.
That was like, he's like worth $21 billion.
He don't
yeah.
But I'm just telling you that
they should have banned him from the stadium.
No, but that's the way guys like that are. If I got enough money, the rules don't apply to me.
So,
I mean, that's the way those guys are. So,
but then he was out there complaining about what the guy said. I'm like, that guy's in the fans.
It doesn't matter
Come
what
on.
he says. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, why are you listening to what he says?
Doesn't matter what he says. Now, if he threatens you, call the cops.
Different story.
Different story. But, I mean, it's just, if he's just saying you're a rich idiot or whatever he was saying, probably something to that.
This team can't even score.
Yeah.
A woman throws a drink on somebody.
Correct.
Can I make that point? A woman throws a drink on somebody, not a grown man.
And
if you're mad about a grown man and you own the building, walk down there and face that man to yourself. He's a big cheesy chicken. That's what he is. He whatever it is, it's no matter like you said, Tom. How are you even hearing what anybody says down in the bowl? Much to where you even matter.
I mean, he's on the road.
He was on. Like I said, he's on the road.
And I understand them getting beat and them getting shut out, and he's pissed. Like something's got to change here.
It's his fault.
You know,
the window.
Yeah, but he's the one that stood behind all the money and all the moving up.
He wanted to make a splash.
Yeah.
And he
I
made
take
a
that
splash.
back. Women and alcoholics throw beer or throw alcohol.
Alcoholics throw
alcohol
but I'm
too.
going to tell you this is a problem amongst your billionaires because they are smart. They did find a way to make all that money, but it doesn't mean you know everything, and that's the problem with them. It's like Jerry Jones. I made $1 billion in the oil industry, so I know how to run a football team. No, you don't.
So I saw a funny video the other day.
No, you don't.
A video the other day, Tom. There was 6 people in it, and they all they're standing in line, and they all told what their job was and what level of education they had, right? And then they had to guess. They had to put each other in order based on who had the highest IQ. The girl who talked about her being a medical student or a future doctor, all the things, she finished dead last on the IQs.
Really?
And the kid that went to high school who got I can't remember what his job, a job in the trades. He went to he's in the trades now. He went to the military, got out, and told his GP, all that other stuff. He had the highest IQ of the whole bunch. So people, it don't matter how much money you make, doesn't mean you're smart, like you just said.
Right. It doesn't translate to I have the most intelligence.
Right. So the people that think like that really they
sometimes making money is just having a cold enough heart to screw other people.
That too.
Yeah.
You know,
good timing, good luck, all of that. You know, we've got some members of our House of Congress who 100% of their stock bets hit, Tom.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
All right. Looking at the matchups, if it ended today, Indianapolis would be in Miami, Buffalo would be in Kansas City, and Cleveland in Jacksonville in the AFC. Baltimore would be the 1 seed.
Subject to change, though. That AFC South is still up in the air, but I think Jacksonville has the easiest path to it. Who are they playing this week?
The AFC East is
Jacksonville's
still up in
playing Tennessee.
Yeah, you're right, Terry.
Yeah,
Jacksonville's
Buffalo,
playing
Miami.
Tennessee, but Braveheart's not probably playing.
Buffalo could go to the 2 seed, or Buffalo could be eliminated.
Right.
From if
they lose, I think they
so
said if they lose, they're out. If they win, they're the 2
things.
seed.
That's the craziest scenario. You could be 6, 2, or out.
Does anybody trust that Miami team? You know what I'm saying?
No, wait. If they win, they're 2. They go to the 2 seed.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying, does anybody trust that Miami team again? They're playing Buffalo this week. Like,
yeah, but if they lose, they could be out.
Buffalo completely out. Yeah,
I don't think they're automatically out because if the teams behind them lose. But I'm telling you, man, it's one of those things. That's like you could be.
So
down
we got Indianapolis and Houston. The next 2 on that list, I was looking to see.
Tom, that might be your coach of the year.
Who's that?
Houston.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
their coach
pick of the year.
What's
too.
that guy's name? He looks
I
like
have
he
no
can
idea.
still play. What's his name?
I can see his face right now.
But I'm gonna tell you,
Let's look him up.
They're 9-7.
he looks like he can still play.
Well,
Like,
him and
he
the
looks
guy
like-
from
But he
Detroit.
reminds me of the guy in Detroit. He's a motivator of his team.
Heck yeah.
Is that D'Amico Ryans?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm telling you.
who's the guy from Detroit?
Dan Campbell.
I'm telling you, man. Every time I think of him, I say, put that son gun on defensive end.
I
Let
get
him
ready-
go out.
And I think he was an offensive player.
He was
I
a
know.
tight end. He was a bad tight
You know,
end.
but I was like, holy moly.
He looked like he could still play a little bit.
He was
It's like, those guys are motivators.
He played for the Panthers, Zach.
I didn't know that.
I think he played for the
Cowboys and Panthers.
Yeah, Cowboys. He played for a couple different teams.
Maybe Giants too, if I'm correct. All right, in the NFC, Packers would be in Dallas, Rams would be in Detroit, and the Philadelphia Eagles would be in Tampa, with San Francisco getting the bye. If the
I don't know
playoffs.
whether that's what we want.
You don't want to be at home when you're 8-0 at home and 3-5.
Well, Green Bay's playing Chicago,
That's
so
exactly
that's
what you want.
That's not going to be a walkover. Chicago's played well lately.
You don't go on the road.
Dak is 1-4 against Green Bay.
Okay.
Terry, when you get in the playoffs, you can't duck teams. You got to play.
I didn't say we was ducking them. I'm just saying maybe that's not who we want in round 1.
If you're a playoff team, you got to have the attitude of we can beat anybody on the
Well, they
field.
should. They should. We should.
How about this? Dolphins Stadium. 300. These are the cheapest seats in the stadium this weekend. 345 no alcohol.
But
section.
let me tell you why.
371 anything goes. Anybody want to tell me what anything goes means in Miami?
It's Miami. It's cocaine and hookers.
Like what?
But anyway,
for $26 extra, anything.
Look, it ain't even. It's not even Dolphins fans. This is snowbirds that used to live in Buffalo that live in South
Bunch
Florida
of New Yorkers
that are
in
going to go to
Florida.
those games. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's not even. If it was just Miami folks, it probably wouldn't sell 20,000 tickets. It's going to be all. I guarantee you, there will be more Buffalo fans at this game than there will be Dolphins
Anything
fans.
goes. I want to know what that means. Like.
I just
are,
told you.
are they actually selling it at the concession stand?
I tell you, you can get your liquor, you can get your
Tony
lady of
Montoya
the
over
night, you can get your.
They got to put the black. They got to block it off where nobody else could see it there and give them a screen to watch the game.
They better not tell Deshaun Watson about that. All right. Got a great deal in Florida.
All of a sudden, Deshaun Watson changes his workout from Los Angeles to Miami.
He's not going to be in Cleveland this week, boys.
He's not going to be.
All right, real quick, we do got to do our bad picks from last week for NFL. So let me get over to that.
Everybody had a good week.
I was going to say, those weren't as bad as the college.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, everybody had a good week.
Did you bring the percentage?
I think Kevin had the most wins with 11, and then me and Tom with 10, and Zach, I think you had 9.
But
everybody had a good week.
Bad picks.
So you said all three of you got Cowboys?
Yeah. That's
Every time I've done this past 2 weeks, I'm not going 4 across anymore. Lions for me.
We got to talk about that game.
Don't feel good about that at all, but Lions.
Terrible pick.
I'm like everybody else. I'm not a big fan of Fields either. I'm going with the Falcons.
Weird, terrible pick.
I'm not going 3 across the board on that one. Give me the Raiders.
Terrible bad pick.
Does your son ever get to talk?
No. Rams favored by 5.5 against the Giants.
Terry, you got the Giants.
I'm taking the Giants.
Weird pick.
Tommy?
Eagles.
Eagles.
Who was going to pick the
Fly Cardinals fly knock? Eagles going to win. I said Fly Cardinals fly. Eagles. They better win. God, they've been messing around lately.
Bad picks.
Zach, you're the NFC South expert.
I am taking Baker Mayfield and the home Buccaneers.
I'm also taking Tampa Bay.
What a choke
Baker.
job they
Come
lost
on, Baker.
last weekend, this week
Baker
against the
won.
Panthers.
Bad pick.
Bears.
Taking the Panthers.
Zach, you taking the Panthers on
There's
this?
no way. Come on,
We almost won
Zach.
last week.
CJ Beathard.
If we could have spiked the ball in time, we tie that game.
Yeah,
I'll throw
but
my
the
drink on
defense of
somebody.
Jaguars is a whole lot better than what y'all been playing.
Bad, terrible pick.
Dolphins.
Give
Keep
me
me
the
alive,
Ravens.
baby.
Give me the Ravens at home.
Keep hope alive, baby.
Weird pick.
Ooh.
Steelers and Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Tommy?
Yeah.
You know what? Mike Tomlin figures out a way to win these games, doesn't he? But I think Seattle's going to win. Tough to go out there and play. Please beat Mike.
Very,
Tomlin.
very tough
Please
game
give
with
him a losing season.
With a bad offense. Steelers can't go out there and win that game. Seahawks.
All year long, I think I've picked against Seattle.
You're gonna make it
And
4
all
across
year
the
long, I
board?
think I've picked against the Steelers. Seahawks for the win on this one.
4 across the board.
Didn't matter what.
Bad picks.
Chargers for the victory.
They're horrible
on that one. Who's that?
That's
the
Chargers
punter for the Chargers.
Chargers.
Like this one-
Terrible pick.
They better win.
Give me the Bengals in a mild upset.
I can't say that you're wrong.
Weird pick.
Packers and Vikings.
Vikings.
Those are some bad picks.
That's all, man. Overall, last week we did pretty good on the NFL.
It's crazy that Kansas City team, their defense is keeping them a lot of the times. That offense is just not
Well, Mahomes,
right.
When Mahomes doesn't have success, he cries.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that he's not a tremendous. Yeah, I mean he's got a Hall of Fame career working for him, but It's like the first time a call doesn't go on your way, the guy's lined up offside. He just loses his mind and starts crying. I mean, it's like, look, dude, sometimes you have to overcome a little adversity.
And even if it should be calls, he goes off and crying.
Yeah,
I mean, like the guy that was offside the other week, couple weeks. Yeah,
You're
he was
offside.
offside.
What
It
are you
was
crying
simple.
about? You're offside. We shouldn't call it. No,
He was
he's
offside. Yeah, it's simple.
We know Taylor's at the game, and we know that all this other. We know you're in 85 commercials, but guess what? The offside review penalty applies to you just like it does everybody. I can't stand these people that think I'm good. The rules don't apply to me. You can't call that on me. I'm good.
We scored a touchdown. You took that away from us.
No, you took it away from yourself. You know, you're the quarterback, right? Tell the guy to step back. It's whatever. I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from him. Tremendous. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. But it's just like when you're crying, I just lose respect for guys like that. It's just like when you're out there crying because you didn't have success this time, so I'm going to cry.
Oh, yeah. Now you're going to have to go on the road.
Like, ooh, now I'm going to have to work harder. That's not fair. It's like,
Or I can't calm the people down.
Oh, it's not fair.
All right, week 18. It's weird to say. Also, this is going to be the week where some teams do rest their starters and don't rest their starters. Some teams trying to get in the playoffs. So keep that in mind as we go through these fellas. Steelers favored by 3 in Baltimore. Remember what I just said about resting. Tommy?
Steelers are going to win the game. The Steelers are going to win the game.
I'm also picking Pittsburgh to win the game. I mean, how can you be going to Baltimore and you're a 3-point favorite?
They've already announced that Lamar and them are not playing.
Oh, Lamar ain't
he's not playing.
Okay,
Lamar,
give me the Steelers. Steelers got something to win. Can the Steelers still make the playoffs?
Yeah,
I thought so. They're 9-7. Tomlin, I know, another winning season for
They
Tomlin.
might have him wrapped in bubble wrap somewhere. He's going nowhere near that field, man. No.
You know, make him sit in the
Make him sit in the, yeah, I'm telling you, don't even let some idiot
Don't-
third stringer come in there.
Don't
and
let him
run
go
into
get in the seats in Miami then.
No.
Who's quarterback for the Steelers right now?
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
He's
been winning.
He might not be able to beat Baltimore.
He's been playing well. Took old Tomlin
They got a chance to still make the playoffs too.
I'm gonna pick the Steelers, but Ravens.
across
don't
the
be
board.
surprised Ravens don't win this game.
They're not going to win.
Who's their backup? Is it Huntley?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just cause Lamar Jackson ain't playing. But anyway, all right. Texans at Colts for the division.
CJ playing.
CJ's playing.
I'm taking Texans.
Colts get it done at home.
I also have the Colts.
Houston is a favorite in
Uncle
Indianapolis.
Uncle Rico
Let's say,
defeats
the
Uncle Rico.
Every time I picked Uncle Rico, he's lost.
The
Uncle
mustache is
Rico
making-
and the van, and he actually does live in a van. He does. He does live in a van. Look it up. In the summer, he lives in a van down in Florida and plays like pickleball at the retirement centers. Look it up. He does. I saw it the other day.
Go ahead and pick pickleball champion, Kevin.
Uncle Rico.
Well, I was about to.
Till that
Tom's making
Tom,
me
I
think.
know.
It's over.
Rethink this.
Yeah,
So
pickleball
my
champion.
choices are an Ohio State quarterback versus a pickleball playing mustache.
And he plays with the old people.
I love the mustache man
In a camper.
that plays in a camper with old people. I'm gonna go with the mustache guy because I trust him in the huddle more.
Just Google Gardner Minshew lives in a van.
Browns and
And it does.
Bengals. Nobody in Cleveland will be
There
playing.
it is.
Tommy,
Oh, Cincinnati wins.
Terry,
Bengals.
Bengals.
Bengals for me across the board. Who'd you say was quarterbacking for him? Some guy they picked off the
Jeff
street.
Driscoll, didn't he go to Florida? He was a big time.
Sounds right.
He was supposed to be a big time quarterback, I think.
Vikings at Lions. Zachary,
Are the Lions playing anybody?
They can still get the number 2 seed.
Yeah, they still got. Yeah, give me the Lions.
Lions.
Lions. Of Detroit for me as well on that one.
And let's drive to Tennessee and watch that game for $16.
Gas costs more than I get to get there.
Game's in Nashville. It'll be about what 6-7 hours in Nashville.
Yeah,
It's a little too far.
A little bit, just a tad. Just a bit outside.
Just to see the Jaguars, yes. You drive that far to see the Browns, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably stop at a couple of historic sites. There's the Andrew Johnson historic site, and you got the Hermitage on the way.
The Vikings can still get in the playoffs with a win and some help.
Yeah, no, Lions are going to win that game, and I think the Jaguars will win their game.
Yeah, and I also have the Jaguars.
Give me. I hate to do that.
What's so
Give me the
bad
Jaguars.
about Tennessee? I don't understand. What
Can't
their
figure it
deal
out
is.
at quarterback. That's a problem. I mean, they've.
When's the last time they had a legit quarterback? It's been a while.
Yeah, but Jaguars are.
Yeah,
Didn't y'all
you
say
probably
Lawrence
have to
wasn't
go
playing?
back to them.
He's probably not playing. He's very questionable.
Yeah, but the defense from Jacksonville.
Well, the
keep
Google
tight.
machine will tell you if he's playing.
I'm gonna go.
It was on ESPN.
Well,
It was like iffy.
I'm gonna go Titans at home for this one.
Who'd you take, Zach?
Give me the Jaguars. I ain't too
let's
confident in that pick.
Jets.
They're a 4-point favorite too. The Jaguars are.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, that's 7. You know.
Jets and Patriots. Is this the game in hell this week?
I hope Belichick gets beaten as the last game in New England.
Patriots.
Yeah, give me the Patriots too. I hope he loses, but
Is he retired?
He's probably getting fired.
Why would you fire him?
Ain't gonna fire him.
That's what I'm like. So I go ahead. I'm gonna go Patriots in this one.
This is gonna be the Tar Heel.
Yeah, I'll
deal
go.
with-
I'll go Patriots at home.
Well, I saw a report this week. I know this is the NFL, NBA. I think Kuminga maybe for the Warriors. There was a report after last night's game that Jonathan Kuminga or whoever it is off the bench has lost all faith in head coach Steve Kerr. The report is a bench player has lost all faith in head coach Steve Kerr, and now they're talking about should Steve Kerr be fired?
Guess what? The bench player would be released.
That's the most craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. The bench player's questioning the world champion head coach. Like, bro.
Well, when you do that, you're done.
Yeah,
Right.
you're done.
You're
You're
done.
exactly.
Like,
We'll see you later.
he said he's lost all faith that Kerr would not allow him to reach his full potential.
Yeah.
See you
He'd be
later.
the first one out.
See you later. Have fun in the G League. We're
But
bringing
people,
somebody else.
but people are saying that Kerr he's on the firing list. And you talk about Belichick. I'm like, is there anything you can do to not get fired? Like, when do you earn the right to retire? If Belichick can be fired, like if anybody's earned the right to retire, you'd think he would.
What's Belichick? 70, 71 years old now?
Now,
He might be older
I'm
than
not
that.
saying he shouldn't.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence threw limited at practice is the best I can get. I don't know if he's
Well,
playing.
Terry, I mean, you kind of went through this. What do you think? When Landry was fired by Jerry Jones, is that something that should have been done? I know it kind of worked out in the end, but that was more with the draft picks and
Yeah, it's
and
hard
Emmett and
to
everything.
think about how you think of it now. But when Tom Landry was let go, I did not like it neither. Because I knew Jimmy Johnson was a winner in college, but I'm one of those people. Can you do it in the next level? And we see very few of those people that succeed. So I did not like Tom Landry getting fired neither.
I was just curious about
It all turned out okay though.
what you have to do. Well, yeah, but what you have to do to not get fired somewhere. Falcons and Saints.
Saints.
Yeah. Saints favored by 3. Tommy?
Saints at home. They'll lose now, but
I think I'm 8-8 on Saints picks this year too. But I'm gonna go Saints with this one, Terry.
I also have
Either one of these teams are. One week they play great, next week they can't score. Give me the Saints at home.
how is Tampa? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kevin. You didn't make your pick.
Yeah, he did.
He already has.
All right.
I jumped ahead.
How are Tampa Bay only a 4.5-point favorite at Carolina? If you watch the Carolina
I know.
versus Jacksonville game, how's
You're
this
like,
not
how in the world can
how's this-
Carolina even show up this week?
No, wait a minute. Baker is hurt because he doesn't. That might be affected because he does have the rib injury. He got drilled. He got drilled in the ribs. Bad. I don't know how.
If Panthers go and knock them out of the playoffs, wow.
But
I'm not picking the
But
Panthers. to win this
Jacksonville
game.
beat them 26-0 with their
Give me the
backup
Bucks.
quarterback.
Give me the Bucks. Yeah, beat hard.
Yeah.
Is that was the name?
Yeah, Beathard.
Beathard.
If Tampa beat hard. If Tampa That sounds like a Calvin joke. If Tampa blows this game, Terry, and blows this playoff chance, like this is one of the biggest choke jobs in.
Yeah, and I'm
NFL
taking the Panthers to beat them.
Ooh,
I'm not. They got to win. Bucks got to win. But if they choke that away,
who'd you take?
If
Tom?
they lose this game, does Baker get his deal?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like if they choke last two games against the Saints and Panthers last 2 weeks,
Tom, who'd you pick?
fire everybody.
I picked the Bucks in that one.
Bears at Packers. Packers trying to get in the playoffs. Bears eliminated, but trying to ruin the Packers' day.
I tell you, they came close to getting in it too. Though I was like, maybe my playoff pick would come back, but no. Packers are a little hard to judge. They should win this
Playing
game.
at home.
Yeah, they are playing at home, but they've been beat at home.
I got Green Bay.
Yeah, I think they've got more to play for. But Justin Fields has got a little to play for. I think he's trying to prove that
It's going to be 28 degrees and snowing, boys.
This is a Bears-Packers game. Give me the Bears. Knock the Packers out of the playoffs.
I'll take Packers at home.
Yeah.
If they were playing in Chicago, I'd go the opposite.
Probably.
Yeah.
Toss-up game.
Denver Broncos won last week without Wilson, but were still eliminated from the playoffs based on math. They got the Raiders this week in Vegas. Vegas favored by 3, actually. Zachary?
Well,
Give me the Raiders.
Give me the Raiders.
Broncos. They got more to play. Well, no, the Raiders aren't eliminated, are they?
Both of them are eliminated.
Both of them are.
Okay, Broncos. I still think.
I'm going to go Raiders playing at home and end the season on the good note in front of their own fans. Eagles at Giants. Eagles been bad. Terry picks the Giants every week.
He does.
Terry, we'll let you start this one off.
This won't make any difference. Eagles will win.
Does that mean easy win for the Giants?
Well, the Tommy D stuff blew over, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go Eagles with myself.
Yep.
I think the Eagles will finally figure it out. It's amazing how bad they've been lately, and they can still finish 12-5. But I think they're going to get dusted in the playoffs if they don't start playing better. But the Eagles,
They'll be on the road. Yeah, they'll be on the road.
More birds, Seahawks and Cardinals. Cardinals last week won.
Playing a spoiler.
This week they got the Seahawks.
Seahawks still.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. So are they going? Is Cardinal going to play spoiler again?
Yeah, I know. Think of some of their wins, man. They beat Dallas, they beat Philly, and then they have a chance here to beat Seattle.
Give me Cardinals at home.
Nah, I think Pete the Cheat will cheat his way. He'll figure out to win this one. Seahawks win.
I'm going to take the Cardinals also.
I'm not a Geno Smith fan. I picked against them all year. Cardinals. I'm gonna go Cardinals this week for the mild.
You're picking
home
Kyler. You're picking
upset.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah, that's what's bad.
The quote unquote.
That's how bad he is, Geno.
Cute little quarterback, as he calls him.
I'm not picking Geno on the road.
Geno's not bad. He's not bad. He's not elite, but he's not bad.
Chiefs at Chargers. Chargers. Tommy.
I guess Chiefs aren't
Chargers
playing.
are favored by 3.5.
Are the Chiefs not playing anybody?
I guess
they
not.
got the division locked up. Yes. Let's give Stick. Isn't he the quarterback still out there? Stick.
Easton Stick.
That sounds like a baseball bat.
Right.
Chargers win this game.
Terry.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
No Herbert, no Mahomes. Think
Give me
about
the
if you
Chargers.
bought tickets to this game a long time ago.
You can go for $32.
You probably would think it was going to be a pretty good game.
You got Chargers at?
Yeah.
If I had the opportunity, though, I would pay $32 to see SoFi just to go in there. You know, just to see it. Yeah.
I'm going to take Kansas City on the road.
Yeah.
Rams and 49ers. Rams in the playoffs right now.
The 49ers probably got a lot of people not
San
playing.
Francisco is favored by 4.
Have they already locked up the one?
Yeah.
No.
They have not.
Yeah, 49ers
have
have locked it. Them and Baltimore both have number one.
Okay.
I don't know. You playing in San Fran?
See, but you
do
may-
they have something to play for? 49ers do not. They already know what they're doing.
The Rams aren't eliminated.
So I must say the LA Rams.
I'm gonna go with the Rams too.
I think the 49ers start. I haven't read up on it, but if you've got the layoff week, then you may want to play some of your guys a little bit this game. I still think I'm agree with Terry here. The Rams have a little bit more to play for. So let's go.
Rams are in.
Rams are in.
They're in. Tampa and Green Bay is the ones
Give me
that are
San
not
Fran
in.
with the
Both
4
of these-
point.
both
4
of these
point.
games are-
But
both
can the
of these-
Rams improve their position?
They're a 6 seed, no.
Okay.
So
they
we're
can,
all
they
going
can
to
fall
change.
back to the 7. They're either going to be 6 or 7.
So is Stafford and them not playing?
I don't think anybody's playing.
Oh, this
is going to be like the college games last week.
I think it's all back up.
It's still $69.
I'm still going to
Just keep me what I had wrote
the
down.
Rams.
I'm going to take 49ers at home.
Yeah.
They got some pretty good players other than their quarterback. Cowboys in Washington. Dallas favored by 13 points in this game.
Cowboys.
It's at home. I'm taking Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas has got to win this because if they don't win it, then Philly could catch them, right?
Yeah, they're tied now. So they win the
That's
division.
right.
Whoever,
That's right.
if Dallas wins, they win the division.
Right. So they're
But they playing at Washington.
yeah, Dallas.
Oh, it's at. I
Yeah,
was
it's
thinking
at
they were
Washington.
home. They're still a 13-point favorite. Woo! I'm still taking Cowboys though, even though, like Terry said, they lost this last year.
They better not lose the Commanders. Cowboys with the win.
They're
on
1-6 at home. Ron Rivera is 1-6 at home.
He's awful. Bills at Dolphins.
There you
Game
go.
of the week. 8:20 NBC Sunday Night Football. We just showed you the tickets and prices.
A team that we
Bills
thought
and Dolphins.
had no chance, Buffalo, and they're going to come back and win this division.
They're going to come back from the dead and
They
win this
won it
division.
yet, Terry.
Well, it's going to happen.
Give me Buffalo. I
You
want to
know,
be. I want to be in the safe seats watching.
Just because everybody's like saying that the Bills have all the momentum.
No, the other ones.
You know, Chubb is hurt. Chubb's out for the year, right? For,
Yeah.
he
And
might
the
be out
first
for his
time they
career.
played this year, Buffalo beat them bad.
I think Dolphins are going to win this game.
That's a loss.
You don't know that, Terry.
I told you last week.
Yeah, but you say that every time.
This
Every
is a
time.
loss.
No.
Count it.
Buffalo's going in there too much on a high. They're going to come. These things land with a thud.
Dolphins
I
just
think
got
they go
smoked
thud.
last week. They might be
If
a little bit better
Tua
this week.
gets hit, Dolphins are done. If Allen gets hit, Allen just gets right back up and goes right back out there.
I'll take Buffalo Bills. Last 4 years, only one NFL team has won playoff game in every 4 years. Kansas City Chiefs. 2
Wow.
baseball teams, Astros and Braves. 3 NBA teams have won at least one playoff game in the last 4 years. Bucks, Nuggets, and Celtics. There's 7 hockey teams that's done that. The last Major League Baseball player to start and finish 162 regular season games was 2004. Juan Pierre of the Miami Marlins, or then Florida Marlins. But it's been 19 or 20 years since a Major League Baseball player started and finished every single baseball game. Terry, you got some notes over or something?
Well, I was just going to tell everybody out there in this world and all y'all Washington Redskins fans that ever since Dallas and Washington have been playing each other, Dallas has won every year, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, 2020s. And FedEx Field is our second home. We've won up our 14 times while y'all have won 9. So we're just going to take the division on our home field.
All right. This is for Chip. It's a little golf story to end the show. I'm going to have to read it. Jeff Ogilvy was playing Riviera, and during the practice round, he tells his caddy, no matter what, do not let me hit the driver on hole 10. We're laying up all 4 days. Caddy says, okay. Saturday rolls by. Jeff's not playing great, and he 3-putts the 9th hole. Jeff, who is known to be, shall we say, a fiery golfer on the course, is mad and grabs the driver as he's walking to the 10th tee. His caddy says, Jeff, you told me to never let you hit that driver on 10 this week. And Jeff yells back, I know what I said and I don't care. Jeff walks up, hits his driver, and misses it short right, the worst place to miss on the hole. He goes back and forth between the bunkers, makes a mess of a hole, and ends up making a 7. So Jeff's really mad now, and he walks off to 11. He sets up to hit his first shot on 11, and a phone rings. He angrily looks to see who he needs to yell at, but the phone is ringing in his bag. So it's Jeff's up there pissed off on the 11th hole with his phone ringing in his bag. His caddy reaches for the phone to find out who he is, and he silences. And Jeff says, no, pick it up. I want to know who the hell is calling me during the middle of this round. Caddy picks it up and goes, yeah, I'm not sure about that, and then hangs up. And then Jeff says, what was that about? The cat says, well, it was your mom, and she was wondering why the hell you hit driver on 10. We'll see you guys next week. It says the whole group lost it laughing at him on the tee box. We'll see you guys next week. KDCBroadcasting.com.
The incredible man, I only do things